a little bit smaller, but believe it or not, they're actually stronger. So we'll see how that works. We'll see how that rolls. Hopefully we're able to make up for lack of some height deficiencies in our areas. But overall, we're pretty excited.
We'll come back, continue our visit with Ethan Lewis in a minute on MHSCubs.com.
With a limited number of homes in the current market, you need an agent with the right connections, technology, and strategies to achieve your home buying or selling vision. You can rest assured that Sam and Becky Green at RE/MAX in Monett are the right agents for any level of service in any market condition. Sam and Becky have extensive knowledge of the Monett area and can help you find the right home for you or the right buyer for your home. See them at 855 Highway 60 in Monett or call 235-2200.
Smokin' Wheels Barbecue is a locally owned and operated mobile barbecue food trailer and catering company dedicated to smoking up some delicious barbecue. Customized catering for your special event, including tailgate parties, family reunions, wedding receptions, corporate events, holiday parties, and much more. We provide our customers with the freshest barbecue possible, accompanied by exceptional customer service. For more information on Smokin' Wheels Barbecue, call Jeff Laufer at 417-861-3969.
In this day and age, it has become more and more important to find an auto mechanic who is trustworthy, honest, affordable, and will get the job done right the first time. That perfectly describes the professionals at Monett Mufflers and More at 310 Central. Bring in your car or truck for alignments, oil changes, brakes, heating and air conditioning, hoses, belts, tune-ups, diagnostics, and more. Family owned and operated by Mike and Christine Shanks. They invite you to become a valued customer today. Call 235-6503.
Jack Henry is a well-rounded financial technology company that strengthens connections between financial institutions and the people and businesses they serve. Jack Henry provides technology solutions to enable clients to innovate faster, strategically differentiate, and successfully compete while serving the evolving needs of their account holders. We empower clients with people-inspired innovation, personal service, and insight-driven solutions that help reduce the barriers to financial health.
Monett Cup football sponsored in part by RE/MAX Properties, 855 East Highway 60. Thank you to Sam and Becky Green. Don't forget the free RE/MAX app. Smokin' Wheels Barbecue. Thank you to Jeff Laufer. Call him at 417-861-3969 for customized catering. Monett Mufflers and More. Mike and Christine Shanks, located at 310 Central. And Jack Henry, prioritizing openness, collaboration, and user centricity. Continuing our visit with Ethan Lewis, Monett and Reed Spring tonight. We talked about the offensive side of the ball. Now the other side. Let's talk about some of the defensive personnel.
I think our defense is really, we were turning quite a bit off our defensive side of the ball, so we were pretty excited about that. Linebacker-wise, we were definitely missing those guys, and so, we've had Keegan Carr step up, which has been very exciting to see him, and so we'll see kind of how it rolls, but defensively, felt like our defensive backs were tested at the end of last year and kind of responded, and so most of them are coming back, so it's always very exciting.
Well, Reed Spring had great success last year getting to the state championship game. They lost one of the greatest players in the area in Caden Weiss. They've got a quarterback returning in Blandy Burrow, and tell me some more about some of their personnel that you remember from a year ago.
Yeah, Blandy Burrow's obviously a talented young man. He does a great job. He extends plays. He passes the ball vertically very well. And so, anytime you got a kid like that, that's obviously going to be a challenge. He's got a stud receiver that's absolutely good in Dowdy and does a great job of, constantly making plays on the ball. And he is actually an impact for him defensively as well. And then their line always does a good job. And they do a good job there. It's a great program. So we're really excited about Game 1. Feel like Game 1 is going to be a great test for us and kind of see where we're at this year.
How simple do you have to keep it in Game 1, or is it not so simple anymore?
I think that's funny because you talk about it. We only have 9 games, so you really kind of got to be a little more prepared than probably some teams that have, 25 games. And so for us, I wouldn't say super simple, but, definitely probably make sure the bread and butters are rolling early, and then we'll see what happens.
A lot of fluid tonight. You worry about conditions like this, but thankfully with the 8 o'clock kickoff, it will help. You don't think it will, but that hour delay kickoff will help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, hopefully, the kids have been preparing all week. We'll see how they roll. Hopefully, no cramping. We've said the name of the game this week is health. If we can be healthy in the fourth quarter and still be kicking, we'll see what happens.
Whether football is in 1950, 1970, 2020, 2023, it is still about limiting turnovers.
Absolutely, yeah. We got to take care of the ball, so we're going to be a little bit of a young squad, so Obviously taking care of turnovers or taking care of the ball, make sure there's no limited turnovers is going to be huge, and maybe you can get 1 or 2 for ourselves would be kind of good.
Good. And just one quick back look at the Jamboree. What did you see that excited you from the Jamboree?
I love the kids came out and competed. I mean, we host Carl Junction and Carthage. I mean, those are 2 obviously pretty premier programs in the area, and so anytime you get a chance to square up against teams that are pretty competitive, it's always a good thing for you. So.
You have to feel 10,000 times better coming into year 2 just because now you've been through a year in purple and gold.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. Year 2 is definitely a little easier than year 1. I'll tell anybody that. But definitely very excited. Got a lot of things we're looking forward to.
Ethan, thank you so very much, and best of luck to you and your football team tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's head football coach Ethan Lewis. We'll come back and take a look at the starting lineups in a minute on MHSCubs.com.
Founded in 2002, 3D Corporate Solutions at 601 North 13th Street in Monett is one of the nation's leading providers of pet food ingredients. At the core of our business is a value-added, all-encompassing package not available anywhere else in the industry. Our partners choose us time and again because we resourcefully offer them a comprehensive array of products and services. Our team's professional experience allows 3D Corporate Solutions to create, produce, and manage all aspects of pet food ingredients for each unique partner's specific needs.
Friendly Tire at 703 West Highway 60 in Monett is proud to feature Yokohama tires. Yokohama's product line has expanded beyond its highly respected racing tires to include excellent all-season passenger car, crossover, SUV, and pickup tires, as well as all-terrain and mud-terrain tires. Check out the Yokohama Avid Ascend, the most advanced grand touring tire ever. Friendly Tire is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to noon. Stop in today for great customer service.
A multiple Gold Cup winner as Missouri's best small daily newspaper, the Monett Times is your most trusted source for local news. For up-to-the-minute news and information, visit their website, monett-times.com, or follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Call 417-235-3135 to purchase a subscription or place a classified ad, or stop by the Monett Times office at 801 North Lincoln. The Monett Times, your hometown area newspaper since 1899.
Founded in 1951, EFCO in Monett is a leading manufacturer of architectural aluminum, window, curtain wall, storefront, and entrance systems for commercial architectural applications. EFCO welcomes opportunities to build on its commitments to technology, innovation, and total satisfaction by keeping pace with the evolving needs of our customers. We want you to be a part of our team. Apply online, fcocorp.com/aboutus/careers. EFCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Monett Cup football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you this evening by 3D Corporate Solutions, 601 North 13th Street, founded in 2002. Friendly Tire on West Highway 60, featuring Yokohama tires. Thank you to Mark Witt. The Monett Times at 801 North Lincoln, and by EFCO, founded in 1951. Their main office at 1000 County Road in Monett. They're looking to add members to Team EFCO. You can apply online. Week 1 of the 2023 high school football season back at steamy Burl Fowler Stadium. Mike McClure, Dave Beckett. Current temperature 88 degrees, feels like 98. Humidity at 63%, dew point at 74. But it's a good thing we moved kickoff back to 8 o'clock, because it was miserable 1 hour ago. It's been miserable for a whole long amount of time, but we're playing football tonight. How fun is this?
Well, there again, you talk about miserable. It's just a little bit less miserable right now, but still, it is high school football season. A little bit disappointed that looking over there at the Reed Spring crowd, I was anticipating after a runner-up finish last year that, they might travel pretty well. I visited with Donna, and of course they're doing the concession stand. Yes. I might have overstated how many people to expect.
They will sell no coffee or hot chocolate tonight. Look at the good news.
She said the good news is no hot chocolate. However, the rally towels coming from Freedom Bank, and also some little miniature footballs. So we got to score to throw those miniature footballs out there.
Reed Spring coming off their most successful football season in school history, a record of 11-3, losses to Nevada, Seneca, and in the state championship game to Cardinal Ritter, they had a 20-0 win over Monett last year. Cubs have a very young team, and Reed Spring, obviously not the amount of seniors they had last year, and particularly a Caden Weiss now playing for the Missouri State Bears.
That's true, and really it's going to be a game of who's better at what position, because Reed Spring coming in here with their quarterback back and some good receivers coming back. However, the Cubs defensive backfield, they got everyone coming back to the Cubs and defensive backfield, so hopefully that will kind of deter the throwing game for the Wolves tonight. But Cubs are going to have to run the ball first, establish that. And, you know, I came to the Jamboree last week. Carthage kind of made us look a little bit bad because of all the speed that they've got, but we held our own against Carl Junction, did the Cubs. So, you know, going to have to establish a running game, get something going.
Dave, an early stat. Reed Spring has 10 two-way starters tonight. The Cubs have 4 two-way starters. I've got to think that Reed Spring better find a bench in a hurry tonight.
Yeah, and you would think that the heat would make a difference, but as a player, you know, the only time you think about that is whenever somebody says, hey, it's 120, because of the feels like temperature out there. But if you're playing out there, you're not worried about the temperature. You're just worrying about your assignment and going about that. But you're right. In this temperature, hopefully it'll be in the Cubs' favor because they got more players as far as starters are concerned. But still, you've got to execute it when you got the football.
Countdown to kickoff continues after this timeout on MHSCubs.com.
Coast to Coast is proud to carry Steel equipment. We're proud that much of Steel's legendary gasoline-powered outdoor equipment, from trimmers to chainsaws, is built right here in America. Working as hard as you do to get the job done. Real Steel. Find yours at Coast to Coast, 500 South Kyler in Monett. A majority of Steel gasoline-powered units sold in the United States are built in the United States, from domestic and foreign parts and components.
When you're dealing with life's ups and downs, it helps to know the ins and outs of insurance. Farmers Insurance has been sharing practical insurance knowledge for more than 90 years. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Contact Farmers Insurance agent Scott Smith in Monett at 417-737-7444 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matter the most. That's Scott Smith at 417-737-7444 or visit his office at 103 Cleveland. Don't forget to ask about the Cox Health and Jack Henry employee discounts.
Take the guesswork out when you're looking to replace your HVAC system or looking to install your heating, ventilating, and air conditioning system for new residential or commercial construction. Hire the professionals at Shane's Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1946. They specialize in geothermal and conventional HVAC systems. They feature trained products for conventional systems and Bosch for ground source systems. Call Shane's Heating and Air, 417-235-6183. In business for over 75 years.
Find your freedom, leave the banking to us. When you bank with Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, we want you to spend more time doing what you love and less time worrying about your day-to-day banking. From our free mobile banking app to local helpful personal banking representatives, Freedom Bank strives to exceed your expectations of a hassle-free local banking experience. Banking on freedom for generations to come. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com. Brought to you by Coast to Coast at 500 South Cotter, providing sales and service on their steel products. Scott Smith, Farmers Insurance at 103 Cleveland. Don't forget about the employee discounts for Cox Health, Jack Henry Teachers, and much more. Shane's Heating and Air, thank you to Marcus and Sandra. Call them at 235-6183. Your heating and air needs since 1946. That is covering 3 generations. And Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, 7 locations throughout southwest Missouri, including East Highway 60 in Monett. Starting lineup tonight for the Reed Spring Wolves. At wide receiver, Cayman Hutchinson, a senior, 5'10", 175. Left tackle, Lucas Wattenbarger, a junior, 6'1", 235. The left guard, Landon Urban, a junior, 6'1", 270. The center, Jaden Turner, a junior, 5'10", 215. At right guard, Spencer Michaud, a senior, 6'1", 255. Missed all of last year because of an ACL injury. It happened right before the Monett game in week 1 a year ago. At right tackle, his twin brother, Sebastian Michaud, a senior, 5'10", 210. The tight end, Daniel Flick, a senior, 6'1", 180. The wide receiver is an all-stater, James Dowdy, 6 foot, 185. The quarterback, the Big 8 East Player of the Year last year, a 3-year starter, Blandy Burrow, a senior, 5'10", 175, over 2,500 passing yards last year, 34 touchdown passes. The halfback Jace Bolin, a junior, 5'7", 160, and the slot back Zach Preston, a senior, 5'10", 165. Offensive starters for the Monett Cubs: at wide receiver Evan Witt, a senior, 5'10", 180. The left tackle Paul Noddick, a senior, 6'2", 215. The left guard Victor Reed, a sophomore, 5'9", 240. The center Aiden Smith, returning from an injury last year, a senior, 5'11", 260. Right guard Porter Reed, a junior, 6'3", 285. At right tackle Aiden Rivera, a freshman, 5'10", 205. At wide receiver Marcos Salas, a senior, 5'10", 180. The quarterback, Colin Umfleet, a sophomore, 5'11", 185. The slot backs, Miles Young, Brand, a junior, 6'2", 185. And the fullback, Diego Baden, a senior, 5'10", 210. Cubs sporting new white helmets this year. The player's number on the right side, Cubs spelled out in cursive letters on the left. They're in the purple jerseys with the white pants tonight. Reed Spring is in the white jerseys with the red letters and numbers and gray pants. The opening kickoff, the opening coin toss, coming up next on MHSCubs.com.
Locally family-owned and operated since 1959, Vaughn's JDV Company is the leader in the Monett area in excavation work, including hauling and dozer work. They take this time to salute all student athletes. We appreciate the extra effort you put in, not only in the classroom, but in your particular sport, to be the best you can be every day. Best wishes from everyone at Vaughn's JDV Company, north of Monett on Highway H. Call Vaughn's at 235-7700.
Bennett Wormington Funeral Home was established in 1946 on the foundation of personal, professional, and compassionate service to Monett and the surrounding communities. The mission of Bennett Wormington Funeral Home is to provide the highest quality of care to the families they serve. They are always available to sit down and discuss any needs you may have. Call 235-3141 or stop by Bennett Wormington Funeral Home at 216 2nd Street in Monett.
Founded in 1961, Bass Equipment provides the world's most complete line of rabbit and small animal equipment. For over 60 years, Bass Equipment continues to be the most experienced and knowledgeable manufacturer in the industry. Visit their website, bassequipment.com, or call 235-7557. Bass Equipment proudly manufactures their products at 607 17th Street in Monett.
The CPA Group offers services that give you freedom to be your best. Smart tax planning will make all the difference for your year-end tax preparation. We have extensive experience providing full-service tax, payroll, and accounting to small businesses, agriculture, and the farming industry. Our team of dedicated professional staff make payroll easy and worry-free. Get the services you need from the experienced professionals at the CPA Group, 217 4th Street in Monett, 83 South Main Street in Cassville, and 224 South Main in Mount Vernon.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you by Vaughn's JDV, excavation and hauling work since 1959. Bennett Wormington Funeral Home at 216 2nd Street. Thank you to Rick Wormington and his staff. Bass Equipment, 607 17th Street. And the CPA Group, 217 4th Street in Monett and 83 South Main Street in Cassville. The Cubs have won the coin toss. They will defer their option to the second half. Reed Spring will choose to receive. Cubs will kick off to start the game on the beautiful artificial turf surface here at Burrell Fowler Stadium, Kenley Richardson Field, on a steamy night.
Steamy night to open the season. Last year, of course, well documented. The Cubs started out 0-5, however, won 4 of their last 6. So Coach Lewis just didn't abandon ship, just righted the ship, and everything got going in the right direction. And he's feeling like that he can come back this year and build on that success towards the end of the season. As far as the breakdown of the classes, 20 freshmen for the Cubs, which sounds really good, 14 sophomores, 9 juniors, and 13 seniors. So almost 60 kids are out, so the numbers are up for the Cubs.
Elsewhere tonight, Aurora visiting Seneca, Nevada hosting Springfield Catholic, Mount Vernon is at McDonald County, East Newton hosting Rogersville, Marshfield at Lamar. Tomorrow night in Cassville, the Wildcats host Hollister at 7 o'clock. The district pairings came out today, and in Class 4, District 6, Bolivar, Hillcrest, Rogersville, Marshfield, McDonald County, West Plains, Monett. Class 3, District 6 will have Aurora, Cassville, East Newton, Hollister, Mount Vernon, Seneca, and Reeds Spring. That's a long way away.
And talking about officials, we've probably got, as far as combined years, probably the oldest officiating group. probably in Southwest Missouri for sure, maybe the state, but we've got some that's got a lot of years under their belts, and hopefully that'll come across in the officiating tonight here at Monett High School.
Led by the referee, Rick McCauley. Kicking off for Monett will be Eric Chavez. Reed Spring will have two men back deep, James Dowdy and Jace Boland. Here we go. Welcome to the 2023 high school sports season. Football Friday night is underway. Short end over end kick. Reed Spring will pick it up at the 27-yard line, and about a 3-yard return to the 31 by the return man Miguel Campos.
And it's not because Chavez can't kick the ball that far, because the all-conference kicker, all-district kicker from last year is going to play a big part, Chavez this year in the kicking game, and also defensive back for the Cubs. But this time the Cubs elected to just go with the short kick, and 1st and 10 for the Wolves at their own 31-yard line.
Blandy Burrow, the quarterback.
Look for him to throw the ball.
They've run trick plays on a lot of first possessions last year. They go with a straight handoff this time to Boland, breaks a tackle, 40, has a first down, 45 to about the 47-yard line before the tackle made by Riley Ray.
Riley Ray came up to make the tackle, but not before about a 12-yard, 11-yard gain. So Reed Spring comes out and run the ball first time, just a simple play to the short side of the field, and picks up 11.
Gain of 16 yards for Boland, 1st and 10 Reed Spring at their own 47. No just one way in the first quarter. Preston goes in motion, snap to Burrow, going to throw back to the near sideline. The catch made by Dowdy. Dowdy to the 40, stiff arms a man at the 30, and tripped up short of the 20-yard line. A literal touchdown saving tackle by Eric Chavez, and a nice play run by Reed Spring. The pass to James Dowdy.
All the flow going to the wide side of the field there, and the quarterback just turned around 360 and found his favorite receiver to be this year, and a big gain, another first down for the Wolves.
Completion of 31 yards to Dowdy, and in 2 plays, the Wolves of Monett 22-yard line. Dowdy goes split to the left side, which is the near sideline. Football on the near hash wide side of the field to the right. Hand off again to Boland. He's got room on the right side to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he dances into the end zone for a Reed Spring touchdown. 3 plays, 69 yards in 43 seconds.
Just a simple draw play. That time the Cubs looking for the pass, and Wolves dance it into the end zone and take that early lead 6-0 here early in the ball game.
Their kicker is a very good one, Miguel Campos, who was 55 of 56 in extra points last season. James Dowdy is the holder. Extra point is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 11:17 to go in the first quarter. Reed Spring 7, Monett nothing on MHSCubs.com and on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Andy Brand about Shelter's roadside assistance.
At Tyson Foods, we embrace the diversity of our team members, customers, stakeholders, and consumers, their unique backgrounds, experiences, thoughts, and talents. Everyone is valued and appreciated for their distinct contributions. Our team members' health and wellness is very important to us. We believe in helping our team members thrive inside and outside of the workplace. Check out TysonFoodsCareers.com. Tyson Foods Monett is an equal opportunity employer.
Monett Cub football sponsored in part by Andy Brandt, Shelter Insurance on East Highway 60 next to Remax Properties, and Tyson Foods. Check out the website TysonFoodsCareers.com if you'd like to go to work for a Fortune 500 company. 7-0 Reed Spring. Again, 3 plays, 69 yards in just 43 seconds. An onside kick. And who's going to get it as it crosses the 50 to the 49? It looks like Monett was able to grab it. But again, Reed Spring, they are not bashful about trick plays.
Going to their bag of tricks here early. You talked about from the offensive side, but there the kicking game is they didn't even break huddled at the Wolves and kicked it short. And fortunately, the Cubs were able to get on the ball It's going to be marked right about the 49-yard line.
Yes.
First and 10 for the Cubs for the first time. And you saw the experience of a senior quarterback that time by the Wolves. We'll see if the Cubs can maintain some authority here on the offensive side of the ball.
Colin Umfleet will go under center. The fullback is Diego Baden. The slot backs Miles Young and Landon Brandt. Single wide receivers left and right are Evan Witt and Marco Salas. Quarterback sneak. Straight ahead running by Colin Umfleet. Look at the offensive line. Move that Wolf. Defensive line backwards, and a nice run by Umfleet down to about the 42-yard line.
And I swear, Mike, last year, at least 3 or 4 games into the season, I kept saying, why in the world, without a man over center, aren't we running the quarterback sneak? And what do we do this year for the first play of the offensive side is to pick up 9 yards on a quarterback keeper because there wasn't a middle linebacker over the center that time, and the good surge by the offensive line.
Bo Stevens checks out. Another quarterback sneak by Umfleet. He's going to have a Monett first down, crossing the 40, down to about the 39, maybe the 38-yard line, with the tackle made by Landon Irvin. It is a gain of 3, we'll call it, to the 39 for the Cubs.
So the Cubs with their initial first down of the ball game, trailing here 7-0 here early, but Cubs touching the ball for the first time and picking up first down in 2 plays. So we'll see if the Cubs can maintain that pressure on the defense of the Wolves.
Evan Witt checks out. Wide left is Ian Waterman. Wide right, Marcos Salas. Again, the fullback Diego Baden with the slots left and right. Umfleet going to toss it to Brandt. Landon sheds a tackler in front of the Monett sidelines, pushed out of bounds around the 33-yard line.
Cubs running to the short side of the field that time, and Landon Brandt. Landon running hard and picks up, going to give him 8 yards, 7 yards, 7 yards on the carry. So first play, or the first carry for Landon picks up 7 yards, 2nd and 3 here.
Cubs started on their own 49. In 3 plays, they've moved it to the Reed Spring 32. The Wolves have the lead over the Cubs, 7-0 with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now Aaron Soriano goes wide left, Evan Witt wide right. Diego Baden still the fullback. Now they split the slots out, Brandt to the left and Miles Young to the right. They toss it to Brandt. He's got Diego Baden with a blocker. Diego with a nice block. Landon Brandt down to about the 23-yard line.
Coach Lewis, you could just feel the familiarity as far as in the comfort zone here in the first game. Last year it took quite a while to get things comfortable, but this time Umfleet lines up under center and then prior to the snap drops back in the shotgun formation and then on a sweep to Brandt again and another first down.
Gain of 9, Cubs 4 rushing attempts for 28 yards. First and 10, Monett at the Reed Spring 23. Monett trailing 7-0, 9.5 to go first quarter. Direct snap to Umfleet inside the 20. Umfleet, look at those feet moving forward to about the 16-yard line before finally tackled by James Dowdy.
Umfleet, just a sophomore, getting his first start at quarterback and showing some good savvy out there and on the shotgun formation for the second time. This time Umfleet calls his own number and they're going to give him 7. Okay.
It'll be 2nd and 3 Monett inside the red zone at the Reed Spring 16-yard line. Now Brandt comes out for a breather. Wide left, Ian Waterman. Slot to the left is Bo Stevens. Single wide receiver to the right, Marco Salas. Out of the shotgun, Umfleet to Diego Baden, who fumbles the ball. Reed Spring picks it up at the 20-yard line, and they're going to take advantage of the first Monett turnover. It's recovered by Jace Bolin.
And I was just getting ready to say it was important for the Cubs to respond to that quick touchdown by the Wolves, and Cubs were moving the football, but you got to stay away from the turnover, and a costly fumble that time by Diego, and the Reed Springs Wolves will take over there 1st and 10, about their own 24-yard line.
Officials timeout for a water break. Back in a minute, 8:43 to go in the first quarter. Wolves up 7-0 on MHSCubs.com.
Wintech, with facilities in Monett and Cassville, is an employee-owned company specializing in the building materials industry. Wintech's product lines range from vinyl and aluminum window systems to HVAC doors and commercial louvers. Our newest divisions consist of installation and testing services and logistics. If becoming a part of an employee-owned company is for you, feel free to stop by Wintech's Monett office at 201 Industrial Drive or go to wintechinc.com and click on the Careers tab. Wintech is an equal opportunity employer.
Monett Cub football sponsored in part by Wintech, an employee-owned company. Job openings in both Monett and Cassville. Reed Spring with a 7-0 lead over Monett. Cubs turn it over for the first time on a fumble, which was recovered by Reed Spring safety Jace Bowl, and the Wolves will start on their own 24-yard line with Blandy Burrow, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Handoff, second back through. This might be Preston or Daniels crossing the 25 out to about the 28-yard line, and it will be Chris Daniels, a senior, 5'10", 190 with his first carry.
Keegan Carr on the stop for the Cubs that time, but picks up, going to give him 4 yards on the carry. Just a simple handoff straight up the middle there between the guard and the tackle on the right side.
Keegan Carr, not a big size linebacker, 5'7", 155. Out of the gun, Burrell throws left, and it is dropped in and out of the hands of Chris Daniels. It'll set up 3rd down and 6.
Ball was there, just Daniels didn't keep his eye on the ball, looked upfield prior to catching the ball, and 9 times out of 10, when you do that, you're going to drop the ball. And fortunately for the Cubs, that was the case, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down situation for the Wolves.
Great to have you with us tonight on MHSCubs.com for the audio broadcast. We are also streaming on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. You can watch the broadcast with our audio, and we're still a stadium cast on 87.9 FM within the confines of Burl Fowler Stadium. 3rd and 6, Reed Spring with a 7-0 lead. 8 minutes to go first quarter. Burl back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's going to go deep down the middle of the field. Dowdy's open, and it's incomplete. He was about a step late. He had his man burned as he was covered by Riley Ray, but the ball slightly overthrown, and it's probably a punting situation here for Reed Spring.
4th down here, and I would think that the Wolves would probably not try anything fancy here as far as the trick play is concerned, because the Cubs, when they did have the ball, did show the ability to move the ball downfield. So it's 4th down and 6.
Evan Witt, Aaron Soriano deep for Monett. By the way, Blandy Burrow, the quarterback, also the punter. So keep your eye on that. Good snap. Short end over end punt. Cubs will field it at the 38-yard line. This is Witt. And about a 9-yard return to the 47-yard line.
Pretty well the same field position the Cubs had it on the opening kick, or the kickoff from the Wolves after the Wolves scored. I think there's going to mark it at the 46-yard line, okay, rather than the 49 as the first time they had the ball. But Cubs moved the football. They were showing the ability there in the first series, and we'll see if we can stay away from the turnover here again.
So Monett starting from their own 46, trailing 7-0, less than 8 minutes to go first quarter. Quarterback sneak, Umfleet, big room up the middle. Umfleet into Reed Spring territory, straight ahead to about the 47-yard line.
It's almost like the Cubs are going to force the Wolves to change their defensive alignment there. Because there's no nose man or linebacker right straight over the center, and Umfleet just following the block in there and picking up good yardage every time thus far.
You miss your big green book, don't you?
No, I don't.
Single wide receiver left and right. 2nd and 3, Monett. Reed Spring with about 7 up on the line of scrimmage. Here is Diego Baden for a first down and more, atoning for the fumble on his first carry, all the way down to the Reed Spring, about 34-yard line.
Baden that time had both arms wrapped around the ball and was not to be denied as he turned it up. If he'd have stayed to the outside, been stopped after about a 2-yard gain, but a good read that time and turned it upfield and was picked up big yardage enough for a first and down for the Cubs, who trail 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Cubs already with 3 first downs. Reed Spring 3 first downs. Monett 1st and 10 at the Wolves 31. Monett trailing 7-0, 7 minutes to go first quarter. We call the name of the running back Walker Brado for the first time, and Brado stood up at the line of scrimmage for little or no gain. Brado, 5'11", 220, and a junior. Good pressure in the backfield that time by Reed Spring with Sebastian Michaud, one of the initial tacklers.
And I like the Coach Lewis using his quarterback in different situations, either under center or back in the shotgun. That particular time went to the shotgun formation, lost a yard that time, but still, you got to keep the defense on their toes, and Coach Lewis is mixing it up between quarterback under center and the quarterback back there in the shotgun formation, which that's what it'll be this time, the shotgun.
Evan Witt wide to the right, Aaron Soriano wide left. Brandt comes in motion, gets the handoff on the jet sweep, looks for a blocker, trying to bounce outside. He'll get a couple of yards. inside the 30, down to about the 28. We're being brought down.
Landon might have been a better serve to turn it in instead of trying to get outside, but did pick up some positive yards there, but it's going to bring up a third down, 3rd and 7.
Call the gain of 4.
Okay. Ball resting at the Wolves' 28-yard line.
Need to get to the 21 to move the sticks here on 3rd and 7. Now 2 wide receivers to the right, which is the far side of the field. Football on the far left hash. Cubs moving from left to right. Here is Umfleet, this time hit after a short gain. Crosses the 25, gets down to maybe the 24.
Probably go for it here on 4th down. 4th, and it's going to be, what, 3?
Yeah.
So even though do have the good kicker, but the Cubs are trailing 7-0, and it's early in the ball game, still in the first quarter. So go for it here on 4th and 3, and the ball resting at the Wolves' 24-yard line.
They bring Walker Brado back in, Marco Salas back in. Miles Young will check out. Big call here from Ethan Lewis. 4th and 3 Monett at the Reed Spring 24. The Cubs trail 7-0, 4:45 to go first quarter. 2 receivers to the left on the short side of the field. Snap to Umfleet, straight ahead for a first down inside the 20, close to the 17-yard line.
Colin Umfleet, even though just a sophomore, doing a good job of getting the snap from center on the quarterback on the shotgun formation that time, picking the hole and doing a good job of recognizing where the opening was, picking up more than enough for the first down. So the Cubs 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line of the Wolves.
4th first down for Monett. Umfleet, 6 carries for 38 yards. 4.5 to go first quarter. Monett down by 7. Second time inside the red zone. Last time they fumbled. 2 wide receivers to the right side. That'll be Waterman and Witt. Umfleet out of the gun. Direct snap to him. Off the right tackle for a couple of yards to about the 13-yard line.
Looks like they're going to give him maybe 3, maybe, I don't know, but tough running down there once you get down inside the 15-yard line, which the ball is resting now at the 12.
I'm going to call that the 12.
Okay.
The 4.
Yeah.
And that was Umfleet.
Umfleet, quarterback keeper.
8th play of the drive. It started back at the Cubs 46 after Reed Spring, again, unable to move the ball after the fumble recovery. 3.5 to go first quarter. Monett down by 7. On 2nd and 7, Umfleet with a pass. It is short. Is it caught? Yes, by Landon Brandt, but he fell down trying to make a cut.
Not a very good pass that time.
No.
Didn't lead to Landon. Landon was just kind of a little flare pattern out there, and Umfleet kind of threw it a little bit too low, and Landon made the catch, but lost his footing at the same time.
Yeah.
If it had been led him a yard or 2 downfield, might have been a little bit more positive, but as it is,
3rd and 7 Monett at the Reed Spring 12. Timeout. Monett with 3:26 to go on the first. Reed Spring up 7-0. Back in a minute on MHSCubs.com.
When you need professional electrical services for your residential, commercial, and industrial properties, contact Post Electric. You can also trust Post Electric to provide you with electrical solutions for your new construction project. You can rest easy knowing that we offer a 1-year workmanship warranty and emergency service on all electric services. Our local family-owned and operated business has been proudly serving all of Southwest Missouri with locations in Branson and Monett. For a free estimate, call Post Electric at 417-846-7100.
Do you need a lawyer's advice? Are you having legal difficulties? Randall, Mosry, and Randall at 405 East Broadway in Monett are general practice attorneys specializing in personal injury and criminal law. They have a solid reputation as effective legal practitioners and possess over 80 years of combined experience on which to draw. You can depend on Randall, Mosry, and Randall to get the best possible results. To improve your outcome, call 235-8688. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisement.
Monett Cub football brought to you by Post Electric. Thank you to Ryan Post, your electrical needs both inside and outside, and Randall Mosry and Randall attorneys at law providing more than 80 years experience. Umfleet on the keeper on 3rd and 7, going to get just a couple of yards, other side of the 15, maybe to the or on the side of the 10 to about the 9-yard line, and Monett's going to have a fourth, and we'll call it about 4 here.
Cubs went forward the last time on 4th down, and now then you're close enough that maybe you might be thinking about going for 3, but looks like Coach Lewis is going to leave his offense out there, and Umfleet getting the play from Miles Young as he comes back in from the bench.
So, Dave, it's 4th and 4. The football resting on the 10-yard line. Cubs need to get to the 6 to move the chains. Monett trailing 7-0, 2:45 to go first quarter. Marco Salas wide left along with Evan Witt. Baden, the running back, snap to Umfleet, tosses Diego Baden inside the 5. Tackled short of the goal line, but the Cubs convert on 4th and 4, and they'll have a 1st and goal at the 1 following a 9-yard run by Diego Baden.
Only the 3rd run this year for Diego Baden, but I'm enjoying the way that he protects the football after he fumbled the first time, but he runs and runs hard. It's hard to bring down. It's 1st and goal from the 1, and the Cubs just 1 yard away from getting within 1 point of the Wolves.
Umfleet will walk under center. Quarterback sneak straight ahead behind the blocking of Aiden Smith. Touchdown Cubs.
So Colin Umfleet sneaks it across, and the Cubs pull within 7-6 here in the first quarter. The Reed Spring Wolves on top. I'm assuming Coach Lewis will go for the point after touchdown kick with the foot of Chavez, but you never know. This is high school football.
There is an injured player in the end zone. It is a Reed Spring player, so we've got a stoppage here. Slow in getting up is Spencer Michaud, and that's the young man that tore his ACL before the Monett game last year and missed the entire season.
Don't want to see that for either side. And
having a little help toward the Reed Spring sideline, but got up quickly, and
hopefully he'll be back. But
yeah. Dave, you can still see the brace he's got on that right leg.
Yes. So the Cubs pull within 1, 7-6. Still here in the first quarter of play, and I'm assuming the Cubs are going to go for the point after touchdown kick, but still no evidence as they're still waiting for the injury to get off the field there. Chavez has got the tee in his hand, so I'm assuming it's going to be the situation.
Nice drive by the Cubs. 11 plays, 54 yards, and it took 5 minutes and 39 seconds. Chavez on to try to tie it up. The holder is Evan Witt. Monett only had 11 or 10 players out on the field. Here comes
their 11. Plenty of time. Still 13 seconds on the play clock.
Extra point is up. It is good. Timeout here in Monett. 2:14 to go first quarter. Monett 7, Reed Spring 7 on MHSCubs.com and the YouTube channel Monett Cubs Live.
Families that play together stay together. At PlayPower, we're a family of brands dedicated to enabling people of all ages to experience the power of play. Together, we're a world leader in producing premier recreation equipment, from commercial playgrounds to floating boat docks. We believe in providing fun, safe play solutions to our customers. Join us at PlayPower on Highway 60 in Monett. Go to playpower.com, click on careers to see the current career job listings. PlayPower is an equal opportunity employer.
At Glaus Family Dentistry, your oral health is our primary concern. Dr. Michael Glaus and Dr. Tandy Mulheron want to make sure your teeth stay healthy, function well, and look great. From regular cleanings and exams to advanced restorative treatments, all of your routine dental needs can be met right here at 800 Cleveland in Monett. Call 235-5155, Glaus Family Dentistry. We are your hometown dental team.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett, Austin LeMaster here helping us with some of the technical issues tonight. We appreciate his help very much. And here we're Cubs kicking off at a 7-7 tie thanks to the 1-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Colin Umfleet. Chavez last time a short kickoff, this time a little deeper. High end over end kick to the 15-yard line. This is Dowdy. And Dowdy hit hard at the 30-yard line. Great tackle by Monett's Walker Blado.
Good coverage that time. About a 15-yard return, 16 yards looks like they're going to give him. to the 31, but glad to see the Cubs come out and answer the first blow thrown by the Wolves, and the Wolves scored in about 4 plays to open the ball game, but then the Cubs taking over and then fumbled the ball away, but stopped the Wolves on their next possession, got the ball, and then Cubs took it like 40 or 54 yards into the end zone, and all running plays. We've thrown the ball once, have the Cubs, but not very efficiently that particular time. It doesn't matter, but the Cubs are doing a pretty good job of getting the ball in the end zone here early in the ball game.
Cub football brought to you by Play Power, 870 East Highway 60. Experience the power of play. You can apply today. Come work in a fun environment where they make playground equipment. And Glaus Family Dentistry at 8th and Cleveland. They are your hometown dental team, and see what a difference it makes going to a family-owned dental practice. 1st and 10, Reed Spring at their own 31. Football near hash, wide side of the field to the right. Reed Spring moving from right to left toward the north end zone, away from the scoreboard here at Kenley Richardson Field, Burrow Fowler Stadium. Blandy Burrow, the quarterback. Running back is Jace Bolin. 2 wide receivers to the right, single wide receiver to the left. Handoff to Bolin. Hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for a very short gain. The initial stop that time by Monett's Keegan Carr.
So good job by the defense coming across the line of scrimmage and dropping the Wolves for a loss. And I look for the Wolves to probably, Mike, I thought that they would probably throw the ball about it every time, but maybe 1 or 2. But so far, they're trying to run the ball against the Cubs.
Better keep your eye on James Dowdy, who's split out wide to the left. Burrow's going to throw toward Dowdy, and the pass is incomplete. Well, very good throw. Dowdy tried to make an adjustment, but it will now be 3rd down and 12.
But the quarterback not having much time to look downfield that time, so he had to hurry the throw, and good pressure put on by the Cubs. Good 3rd and 12 here. So their own 29-yard line are the Wolves.
Next week, the Cubs will be in Mount Vernon on a Thursday night, and Reed Spring on Friday next week will be hosting Nevada. On 3rd and 12, Burrow looks to the left, looks back to the right. The pass caught. Going to be a 1st down. The catch made by Daniel Fliflet, and he's finally tackled near the 50-yard line on a good throw and run. Tackle made by Aiden McCall for the Cubs, but not before completion of nearly 30 yards down to the 48. It's a completion of officially 19 yards.
The split end on that side split out to the wide side of the field, and then once the ball was snapped, came running right straight toward the quarterback, and then once he caught the pass, comes down and breaks a tackle or 2 and picks up big yardage after it's 3rd and long. Now it's 1st and 10.
Can't give up a 3rd and 12, but Monett did that. Handoff, first back through Bolin, crosses the 45, down close to a 1st down near the 42-yard line.
Go to the draw play. As it looked like it's going to be a passing play that time. The quarterback just gives to the fullback straight up the middle.
Riley Ray on the tackle. Looks like it is going to be a gain of 10. And that was Bolin again?
Yes. Okay. Same play that the Wolves scored their initial touchdown on was on the draw play, and that time is good for 10 yards.
Both teams have 5 first downs apiece in the first quarter. We're down to the final 35 seconds of the opening quarter in a 7-7 tie. Spreading out wide to the right is Miguel Campos. Wide left is James Dowdy. Cubs are rushing 4 here on 1st and 10. Burrow out of the gun. Handoff to Bolin. Hit in the backfield and dropped for no gain. Just about had a face mask penalty, but there was no flag on the play as Bolin stopped for a gain of 1 at the 41.
Had the jersey rather than the shoulder pad and or the face mask, and good job by the defense of the Cubs.
Thought that might have been Parker Messer on the tackle, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. After 1, Reed Springs 7, Monett nothing. Again on MHSCubs.com and the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live.
For 50 years at Jimmy Mitchell Motors, my family has been dedicated to making our customers the best deal. We work to combine a low price with a great selection of quality vehicles and top-rated customer service to give you the best buying experience. Our focus is to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. That's what's kept us in business for 50 years, and we're committed to continuing on that tradition. At Jimmy Mitchell Motors, we're serious when we say nobody beats our deal.
Industrial Machine and Engineering Company has been a part of the Monett community since 1982. Their commitment to investing in people and equipment has enabled steady growth and added services to customers. With a modern, clean, full-service manufacturing facility, IMEC has the right equipment and processes that allow quick setups on small to mid-size lots and use tooling designed just for this type of production. Specializing in precision, IMEC, 1716 North 9th Street in Monett.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com.
Got an injury on the far side over there. I don't know if it's just a cramp or what, but they're huddled over there as a young man on the turf on the far side, and I believe
It's 10.
Yeah, I think so.
Daniel Fliflet. So, again, sponsored in part by Jimmy Mitchell Motors, located at 555 South Elliott in Aurora. You can shop online 24/7, jimmymitchell.com, and IMEC, Industrial Machine and Engineering Company, 1716 North 9th Street, specializing in precision since 1982. Mike McClure, Dave Beckett, back at Burrow Fowler Stadium. By the way, 2 days ago, congratulations to you and Donna, 48 years of marriage.
Donna got a sympathy card, I think, in the mail, having to put up with me that long, but like I say, I'm married way over my head, but fortunately I've been able to talk her into staying with me for 48 years. That's a long time. I mean, and yes, definitely back when I was redheaded.
That long ago, huh?
Got an extended time out here because of the injury to the young man on the far side. Hopefully it's a cramp or something of that nature, but we do have an extended time out. But yeah, 48 years, so somebody asked me if I was going for 48 more, and I said, well, yeah, let's shoot for it. Had it made for 48 years, I might as well say I got it made for 48 more.
She lets you go fishing, that's all I can say.
Well, she lets me do a lot of things.
Well, we have 7 softball games to broadcast next week on MHSCubs.com. Starting on Monday, Monett will host Willard. Tuesday, Monett will host Marshfield. Thursday, I'll have Missouri Southern hosting Northwest Missouri in football at Fred Hughes Stadium in Joplin. The softball team is in the Joplin tournament on Friday. I have 3 games. Are you ready? Joplin, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and Park Hill South is in their pool.
Wow.
And then they'll have 2 more games on Saturday. That's all at the Joplin Athletic Complex. So I invite you to join us for softball next week.
Is that a new venue for you? The Joplin?
I was there last year because, again, same deal. When high school games get scheduled on a Thursday night, when we have college football on Thursday, I've not figured out the trick of being 2 places at one time with one set of equipment. And
so you've done the Joplin softball tournament before?
Last year.
Okay, well.
And it was not 108 degrees with a heat index of 400.
Well, I'm going to go watch the Bears play the Chicken Hawks, I believe. So hopefully
I wish there was that orange ball that bounced regularly instead of other sports.
Yeah, but
anyway, Daniel Fliflet helped off to the Reed Springs sideline, and the Wolves now ready to go. 2nd and 9, Reed Spring. First play of the second quarter coming up in a 7-7 tie. Burrell, play action, drops back, pressure, going to throw deep downfield, ball slightly underthrown. Dowdy makes an adjustment, he makes the catch, and he's going to go into the end zone for a 41-yard touchdown for Reed Spring. What did I tell you about they will start looking in the direction of James Dowdy?
Burrell, he throws the ball and just lets Dowdy adjust to it. I mean, he didn't out-throw the coverage, did the quarterback. He just threw it up there and let Dowdy go get it. Cubs defensive back kind of lost track of the ball, and Dowdy, the intended receiver, had his eyes on the ball the entire time and came back and got the ball and then shed the tackle and got in.
Dowdy is legit. I think Reed Spring just has 10 men on the field right now. I wonder if Fliflet was supposed to have been the 11th. They're looking back toward the sidelines. Actually, Dowdy the holder. The kicker is Miguel Campos.
You're going to have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, I think there's only 10 men on the field for Reed Spring. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, timeout, Reed Spring.
All right, well, we'll talk about it with 11:51 to go in the second quarter. 13-7, Reed Spring with a 6-point lead at the current time. Quick check of the Week 1 football updates. Again, all these games for the most part kicking at 8 o'clock. Second quarter, Webb City 7, Nixa 6. John Roderick, not only Webb City sidelines, is retiring last year. Brian McFarland, now the new head coach for the Webb City football team. Lebanon leading Parkview 21-0 in the second quarter. Joplin leads Branson 7-0 first quarter. Ozark leading Carl Junction 7-0. Seneca leading the Aurora Hound Dogs 8-0 in the first quarter. Rogersville a 7-0 lead over East Newton in the first quarter. Again, that's just some of the action from around the area tonight. There will be one Saturday night game tomorrow night as the Cassville Wildcats will be home hosting Hollister at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
And there again, the reason, not because of the heat tomorrow, it's because of the lack of officials that the Mission High School Activities Association has. So not enough officials to go out and get everybody covered on Friday night. So if you have to play on Thursday night or Saturday night rather than Friday. So Cassville had elected it was already scheduled to be on Saturday because of the lack of officials.
So after the timeout, Reed Spring will line up to attempt the extra point to try to go up by 7. Dowdy the holder, Campos the kicker, right-footed soccer-style kicker. The kick is up, it is good. Timeout in Monett, 11:51 to go in the second quarter. Reed Spring 14, Monett 7, back in a minute.
If the American dream of homeownership is your dream too, it can become a reality with realistic goals, sound advice, careful planning, and a clear understanding of the costs involved. First State Bank's experienced mortgage lenders are available every day to answer your questions and guide you through this process and keep you informed before and after you've completed the mortgage closing. Need help planning your new home purchase? Contact First State Bank with locations in Purdy, Monett, Pierce City, and Cassville. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or a new boat, or a new driver, or when your son moves out, but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
See Lance Metlock, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent in Monett. And if you're in Missouri, he's got you covered.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you by First State Bank. Don't forget to ask about Casasa Checking and Lance Metlock, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. If you're in Missouri, Lance Metlock's got you covered. 14-7, Reed Spring by 7 over Monett. Wolves will kick off, and Zach Preston will kick off. Angling toward the far sideline, it goes out of bounds. Cubs will have the option of backing Reed Spring up 5 or taking it at the 35-yard line.
Coach Lewis in discussion with the side official here. Looks like the Cubs are going to have it at the 35-yard line.
They might need to back up a little bit.
Yeah. First and 10 for the Cubs, who trail now 14-7.
So, Dave, is that the first penalty?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Good job, Rick McCulley and crew.
Yeah. And good job by the two teams to playing error-free football as far as doing the thing infraction-wise, as far as a false start or defensive play or something of that nature.
Cubs had the only turnover the first quarter. They lost a fumble, but Reed Spring not able to take advantage. They had to punt. Here's the quarterback sneak by Umfleet on first down, which we've seen on numerous occasions tonight. Umfleet straight ahead to about the 40-yard line, picks up about 5.
Yeah, as long as that's there, you know, you got to at least act like you're going to use that. And of course, the Cubs have got to go under center to be able to do that, but that was the case that time.
Gain of 4 to the 39.
By the quarterback keeper that time, Colin Umfleet.
Umfleet now 9 carries, 48 yards. Baden 3 carries, 23 yards. Brandt 3 carries for 20 yards. 2nd and 6, Monett. Umfleet out of the gun. High snap, gives to Baden. Diego Baden off the left side, crosses the 40 out to about the 43-yard line with the tackle made Jaden Turner and Lucas Wattenbarger.
And Baden running very hard, 5'10", 210, as he's a tough runner to bring down. Once he gets a head of steam, that's going to be 3rd and let's call it 2 for the Cubs. Trailing now 14-7. We're just underway in the second quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 from Monett. Got to get 2 yards to the 45 here on 3rd and 2. 10.5 to go second quarter. Monett trailing 14-7. The gold rally towels being waved by the fans in the west stands. Umfleet bobbles the high snap. The play, timing of the play, kind of busted up. However, speaking of busted up, Diego Baden busts through a few Reed Spring tacklers, and he'll have a first down to the 49. Diego Baden a little gimpy as he gets up.
High snap that time, but Umfleet doing a good job of fielding the ball, like a baseball player almost, and then the timing was gone, but Diego Baden just running very hard and picked up more than enough for the first down.
He being Diego Baden listed at 5'10", 210, but he is built like a rock.
I mean, he's solid as a wall now. Still out there, as he did come up a little gimpy there, but still out there.
Brado a slot to the left, single wide receivers left and right. They bring Witt in motion, give him the football. Actually, this isn't Witt, this is going to be Miles Young with his first carry, and Miles Young into Reed Spring territory down to about the 44-yard line.
Miles coming from the far side of the field at the split end position and coming all the way across to the short side of the field. And Miles able to had to run about 22 yards to pick up 7 on the play, but on first down, that's pretty darn good running. 2nd and 3 for the Cubs, who trail 14-7 here in the second quarter.
9:20 to go in the second. Monett now moving from right to left toward the north end zone. Umfleet in the gun, Brand in motion. Umfleet's going to run. Brand with a nice block. Umfleet has a first down, crosses the 40, tackled at about the 36-yard line.
And that time the Cubs showed the wide receiver coming and picking up on the sweep, but this time Umfleet kept the football, faked it to the running back, and then
is there a
picked
flag
up some yardage, but looks like it's going to go against the Cubs. Possible a hold or a block in the back by the Cubs, but Cubs had the first down, but
flag is right at the feet of the referee,
like the 40 over there.
Yep. So a 3-yard run, and that was Umfleet
on the keeper. Good looking play, but just called back because of the block in the back. So it's 2nd and 10 now.
Back at the 49-yard line.
Illegal use of the hands against the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty responsive foul.
8:50 to go, second quarter, clock running. Monett trailing Reed Spring 14-7. Evan Witt split out wide right, which is the short side of the field. 2 wide receivers to the left. Umfleet going to run an option. There was another flag on the play.
Got to be a motion against the Cubs coming from the official in the backfield to the Cubs.
Umfleet dropped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Probably be declined by the Wolves, I would think.
Illegal shift against the offense.
Penalty is declined. No gain on the play. And I said Umfleet.
Umfleet, yes. Be 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Cubs. Cubs have possession. Down 14-7.
See what Ethan Lewis draws up here. As he has Colin Umfleet on the near sideline. He may end up using a timeout here. Play clock just now at 20, so he's got time to get a play in. Monett needs to get to the Reed Spring 41 to move the sticks here on 3rd and 10. Now the play clock at 8. Monett still back in the huddle. Now they kind of rush up toward the line of scrimmage at 3, at 2, at 1. They get the snap away. The handoff to Diego Baden. Tries to bounce off one Reed Spring tackler. Can't get away from the second one as he is dropped by Bobby Carlisle. And Monett is going to be well short of the first down and face 4th and about 8.
3 yards on the play.
And I'm not sure who the punter is, but look, all indications, unless Umfleet is the punter, going back out there to run the huddle.
Who carried?
Was Diego.
Thank you.
Baden.
Punter should be.
The Cubs going for it on 4th down, 4th and 7.
At the Reed Spring 48-yard line.
Punter is Landon Brandt. He was listed as the starting punter. Monett going to go for it. Umfleet pass incomplete. There is a flag on the play. The intended receiver was Aaron Soriano trying to run a slant pattern. If this is against Monett, Reed Spring can decline and take over on downs. If it's on Reed Spring, drive will stay alive.
Still be short of first down if it's a minor penalty, barring a defensive pass interference or something of that nature. So we'll see what the officials come up with. Flag is down right at the line of scrimmage, which makes me think that maybe someone was offside. Illegal shift against the Cubs. Coach Lewis was wanting a pass interference down there about the 40-yard line, and one of the receivers was just leveled prior to the pass being thrown, but what that's
Ethan is not happy.
If that's a dead ball foul, the Cubs will get, but if it's dead ball, the Cubs will get a fourth down over again. But if the play continues, then like you say, it's going to be Reed Spring football.
Reed Spring gets it on downs. And we'll have a water break here. 7:26 to go, second quarter. Reed Spring 14, Monett 7. Wolves will have it 1st and 10 coming back in a minute.
Don't drive with worn-out tires. Grand Tire has 4 convenient locations, including Joplin, Aurora, Cassville, and 408 East Commercial on Highway 37 in Pierce City. Grand Tire offers quality car, truck, light truck, and farm tires at competitive prices with fast, friendly service. For longer-lasting tires, remember to check the tire pressure frequently, inspect the tread depth, check for uneven tire wear, and regularly rotate your tires. For one of the area's largest selection of tires, stop in today at Grand Tire.
Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply carries a complete line of farm and home supplies, including clothing, electrical, plumbing, lawn and garden, outdoor power equipment, tools, truck accessories, pet supplies, cattle handling equipment, farm fencing, toys, and much more. You'll find your service outstanding whether your needs are for home or acreage in the country. Family owned and operated since 1971, Race Brothers features 3 locations, including Springfield, Carthage, and South Highway 37 in Monett. You'll like the way we do business. Tell a friend.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com and on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. Sponsored in part by Grand Tire. Locations in Joplin, Aurora, Cassville, and Pierce City. Thank you to Joel McCaffrey and the staff at Grand Tire, and by Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply. You'll like the way they do business. Tell a friend. On locations in Springfield, Carthage, and Monett. Reed Spring on first down. Bull going to run the option. The pitch to Bolin. Bolin a couple yards to the 50-yard line before quickly brought down there after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Just went to the straight option that time and pitched it to the halfback, and good pursuit that time. Only a 2-yard gain by the Wolves, but going to the short side of the field over there, and with that 14-7 lead, Wolves are staying on the ground on the first play from scrimmage, but did get out of bounds.
Bolin 6 carries for 49 yards in the first half. Oh, it's 2nd and 8. Wolves with ball resting on the 50. 2 receivers to the right. Burrow out of the shotgun.
Draw play.
Straight handoff. I think that's Bolin for a yard or 2 out to about the 48 is all. Good job by the Monett defense that time. Identify a couple of players getting up from the bottom of that stack, that being Angel Siniceros.
So just about a yard gain is all that time. 3rd down, and I think everybody in the stadium knows that the Wolves are going to throw the ball.
You think? Keep an eye on James Dowdy, split out wide to the left. They'll also send Sam Carpenter out wide left. Burrow wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his left. He's a left-handed quarterback directing traffic. Dumps it short. It's caught for a first down at about the 37-yard line. A literal last-second pass that time by Burrow. But a catch by, they said, Zach Preston on the reception. It is a first down.
Cubs had him pretty well hemmed in, but got out of the pocket. And Burrow improvised there, and just before he went out of bounds, he just flipped it to the tight end over there and picked up more than enough for the first down. Good job by the quarterback for the Wolves.
Gain of 17 down to the 32. Preston with his first catch. Reed Springs 7 first downs. Monett was 6. That's twice in the first half. Cubs defense have given up a 3rd and long to have Reed Spring pick up a first down. Now Miguel Campos goes out wide right. Carpenter wide right. Handoff to Bowen on the draw, and he is crushed behind a line of scrimmage for a loss of a couple. Initial stop there by Aiden McCall.
Aiden McCall comes across the line of scrimmage and immediately wraps up the ball carrier and drops him for about a 2-yard loss.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Reed Spring at the Cubs 34. We're down to 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Reed Spring with a 14-7 lead over Monett. Rick McCulley calls for an official's timeout. Might be an equipment issue with one of the Reed Spring players as Bolin going over to the Reed Spring sidelines. And he'll come out. Chris Daniels will check in for him. Carpenter wide right, Campos wide right. Chris Daniels in at running back. Slot back to the left is Zach Preston here on 2nd and 12. Burrow out of the gun, going to throw far sideline. The man is open. The catch is made for a touchdown, and that's Dowdy.
Dowdy just right there, just run straight down the field.
Industrial Machine and Engineering Company has been a part of the Monett community since 19...
Took one step to the inside and then went back to the outside, and that was just a timing pattern all the way and perfectly thrown to Dowdy, and another touchdown for the Wolves.
Dowdy 3 catches, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Just basically straight down the field that time, and Dowdy makes the reception.
Campos on for the extra point out of the hold of Dowdy. Bobbled snap. Dowdy's going to pick it up, run to his right, passes into the end zone, and it's incomplete. The man was open in the back part of the end zone. That was Kamen Hutchinson, but threw his hands incomplete, so the conversion no good.
Dowdy better catching than throwing.
Fair. 5:10 to go, second quarter. Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. Back in a minute on MHSCubs.com.
Since 1988, Nestle Road and Roberts Optometrist, a member of Vision Source, has been the leader and preferred provider of quality vision care products and personalized optometry services. Dr. Jerry Roberts, Dr. Michael Roberts, and Dr. Aubrey Roberts are committed to improving the quality of life of persons in your community through enhanced vision. Nestle Road and Roberts has 3 convenient locations: 5th and Cleveland in Monett, east side of the square in Mount Vernon, and Bridgeport Plaza on Highway 39 in Shell Knob.
Architectural Systems Incorporated's mission is to serve as a full-service partner to our customers in the commercial construction industry. We will continually strive to improve, meet, or exceed our commitment to provide the highest quality products and on-time delivery. Our goal is to be your single source for everything from engineering to finished product. ASI is expanding. Apply online at asi-mo.com/careers. ASI is an equal opportunity employer.
Scoring drive for Reed Spring, 5 plays, 52 yards in just 2 minutes, 16 seconds. Dowdy with his second touchdown catch of the night. First one was from 41 yards, this one from 34 yards, and the Cubs now down by 13 at 20-7.
And we knew that the Wolves were going to come in and throw the ball, and it felt like that the Cubs' defensive backfield might be able to contain somewhat, but here in the first half so far, Cubs' defensive backfield's been beaten mainly by Dowdy, and Wolves with 3 touchdowns, Cubs with 1. The Cubs need to maintain possession of the football and get a drive, sustained drive going here as they're ready to receive the kickoff.
Campos will kick. Braden Seitz, a 5'4", 135-pound freshman, back deep for Monett on the far side. And on the near side, it's Aaron Soriano. 5:10 to go, second quarter. Monett trailing 20-7. Zach Preston will kick. Punches it down the middle of the field, bouncing to a Cub who's just going to fall on it around the 29-yard line, and that will be Evan Witt.
So it'll be Cub football. They're going to mark it right at the 30, looks like. So 1st and 10 for the Cubs at their own 30, but now trail 21-7. So Cubs need to get some offense going here to get back in this ball game.
So Monett will have on the far right hash, going from right to left, right side of the field to the left. Monett sends Marcos Salas out wide left. Diego Baden, the fullback, gets the handoff from Umfleet. Diego tripped up as he crosses the 32 out to about the 34-yard line.
Good run by Baden that time. Picks up 3 yards. Cubs get some positive yardage out of the play. Cubs continue to keep the ball on the ground other than that one pass completion that was for no gain.
Right. Gain of 3 for Baden, 2nd and 7 Monett at their own 33-yard line. The Cubs trail 20-7, clock running, 4:15 left, second quarter. Miles Young split out to the left. Umfleet, straight handoff. I think this is Baden again for just a couple of yards to the 35 before being pushed backward. Sebastian Michaud on the stop. He was a second-team all-conference player last year. He and Spencer are twins. Gain of 2. Go ahead.
And you can feel that momentum shift there for the Wolves as they're playing pretty confidently now with the 2-touchdown lead versus just the 1. But defense is coming across very quickly there and dropping Baden for only 5 yards and 2 carries there.
Wolves are big up front. Landon Irvin, 6'1", 270, one of the defensive tackles. Right next to him, Bobby Carlisle, 6 foot. He's a lot bigger than 215. That's what's on the program. On 3rd down, Umfleet straight ahead, tries to bounce off one tackler, gets to the 40-yard line. It's going to be close to the 1st down. I think he's got enough.
If he gets to the stripe, they started at the stripe at the 30, and Ricky McCulley agrees with me. They're going to give the ball just resting right at the 41-yard line. So good hard running that time of 6 yards by the quarterback, Umfleet.
Umfleet, 12 carries, 57 yards and a touchdown tonight. Drive stays alive for Monett. Clock running, 3:08 to go, second quarter. Monett down 20-7. Salas goes wide right. Ian Waterman wide left. Give to Diego Baden. This time hit by 2 Reed Spring players at the line of scrimmage for no gain. First tackler for Reed Spring was Lucas Wattenbarger.
So the Wolves saw that play coming and come up and made the stop for absolutely no gain that time for Baden. So it's 2nd and 10. Cubs need to have a big play here to be able to get into the end zone here. It's down to about 2 minutes to go.
2:15. Two receivers to each side. Baden in the backfield. Baden gets the handoff, tackled short of the 45-yard line. Again, Monett trying to run up the middle. Initial hit again by Wattenbarger. Just a gain of 3 to the 44, and the Cubs are going to face 3rd, and we'll call it 7.
Cubs still have 2 timeouts. If you look into that nature, but
100 seconds left in the second quarter. Monett down 20-7. On 3rd and 7, Umfleet.
Straight ahead on the quarterback keeper.
50 is going to be about a yard short of the 1st down. Needed 7, got 6. 4th and 1, Monett.
Cubs will go for it here on 4th down, 4th and 1. Timeout, 2nd by the Cubs.
Stops the clock with 1:15 to go in the second quarter. Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. Back in a minute.
This is Brad Hawkins with Quick Draw Gun. I would personally like to invite you to come see us. You will find our staff very knowledgeable with a customer-friendly attitude. You will be treated fairly with accurate information and an honest deal. Our staff does not earn commission, but they would love a chance to earn your business. We are Missouri's highest rated Cerakote shop and offer custom razor engraving. We have shops in both Monett and Cassville, so please stop by and say hello. I personally guarantee your satisfaction and stand behind everything we sell and service. Quick Draw Gun, your hometown gun store.
Monett Cup football sponsored in part by Nessa Road and Roberts Optometrists, 3 convenient locations, Monett, Mount Vernon, and Shell Knob. ASI Architectural Systems Incorporated, locations in Monett, Aurora, and Granby, and Quick Draw Guns, 601 South Kyler in Monett, 468 Highway 76 in Cassville, where they buy, sell, and trade.
4th and 1, the ball resting right at the 50-yard line for the Cubs, and the Cubs trailing 21-7. We're late here in the first half. Let's see what Coach Lewis, coming out of a timeout, has got called.
4th and 1, Umfleet will walk under center. Reed Spring, 5 defensive linemen. Umfleet's going to have a first down, gets into Reed Spring territory at about the 45-yard line. Cubs will have to hurry here with just a 1:11 to go before the end of the first half.
And only one more timeout for the Cubs here in the first half, so, but it is at the 45-yard line of the Wolves.
First downs are even at 8. 83 degrees, feels like 91, 78% humidity, dew point at 75 at basically 9 o'clock on a Friday night. 52 seconds to go in the first half. Cubs out of the gun, and flags will stop the play.
And the Cubs come up and got to the line and got set, and Waterman adjusted, and that is illegal motion against the Cubs. A wide receiver to the short side of the field here, and it's going to cost the Cubs 5 yards.
Just the second penalty against Monett, totaling 15 yards here in the first half.
Got any adjusting to do. You got to get adjusted before quarterback gets under center, or the linemen get ready in their three-point stance, and that time the Cubs are guilty of a 5-yard penalty.
So they wind the clock. 42 seconds left, second quarter. Monett trailing 20-7. First and 15 Cubs from the 50. Colin Umfleet out of the gun. Man comes in motion. Umfleet wants to throw. Hit as he throws the ball. The ball popped up in the air. That should be an incomplete forward pass, and it is.
Cubs going for the pass downfield, but Colin not having any time at all to look downfield. And
Brandt was an intended receiver along with Waterman, but there was no opportunity for Umfleet to throw the ball. Now second and 15 with 26 seconds left in the first half, and the Cubs trailing by 13. Umfleet now 1 for 3 passing for no yards. Burrow is 5 for 8, 2 touchdown passes, and 132 yards through the air. On second and 15, Reed Spring will rush 3. Snap to Umfleet. Going to throw to the near sideline, looking for Brandt. The pass is incomplete. Coverage on the play by Reed Spring's Zach Preston. It's third and 15.
Cubs trying to go downfield about 20 yards and get out of bounds, but Umfleet just out through his receiver that time and falls incomplete. Third and 15. And Reed Spring's got 2 timeouts if the Cubs are unsuccessful here and have to punt the ball away.
Monett won the toss to further option to the second half, so Monett will get the ball to start the third quarter. Right now they trail 20-7 with 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Third and 15, Monett at the 50. Brandt comes in motion, gets the handoff on the jet sweep. Landon makes a cut at the 40, 35-30, down to the 25, tackled at the 23-yard line. Stop made by James Dowdy.
And he got out of bounds, the most important thing. First down for the Cubs.
Brandt with his longest run from a scrimmage tonight, down to the 23, good for 27.
Cubs call timeout. That's their final timeout of the half.
Okay.
And
13 seconds left.
Yeah.
Work the sidelines to try to put something on the board here late.
Need to get at least maybe 6 or 8 yards to have a chance to maybe go for a field goal here, but more importantly, you got to get out of bounds too. But it is first down, so you could snap the ball if you get a 8-yard pickup or something, snap the ball and clock it. And
trying to get the kicking net down here set up for Chavez to warm up. What's it take? One kick to get warmed up on a night like tonight? At halftime, Nixa leading Webb City 14-7. Halftime, Carthage leading Republic 7-0. Late second quarter, Mount Vernon and McDonald County are tied 7-7. Joplin leads Branson at halftime 14-7. Ozark on top of Carl Junction 7-0. That's a first quarter score. Second quarter, Seneca shutting out the Aurora Hound Dogs 16-0. Nevada at halftime pounding Springfield Catholic 31-0. Rogersville leading East Newton 7-0 in the first quarter. Here we go, 1st and 10, Monett at the Reed Spring 23. Jet sweep, handoff to the right side is Bo Stevens. Stevens down at the 20. The ball came out?
No.
Okay.
No. Cubs are going to have to hurry if they're going to get another play off.
Clock shows 0.
Yeah. The ball came down to the 20-yard line.
So just a gain of 3. And that did I identify right? Was it Stevens 24?
24.
Okay.
Yes.
Nevertheless, that's the end of the first half, and Monett will get the ball to start the second half. But at halftime here at Burrow Fowler Stadium, our halftime score, Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. We'll come back with the halftime stats and much more on MHSCubs.com and the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live.
Order Ahead is available at Sonic drive-ins around the country. Make sure you're using the latest version of the Sonic app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. When prompted, allow the Sonic app to access your device location to find Sonic drive-ins near you that support Order Ahead. Browse the menu, customize your order, add items to your bag, pay for your order using a credit card or a Sonic gift card, then select a pickup time. Order Ahead will put you first in line every time at Sonic Drive-In at 9th and Cleveland in Monett.
For the area's best selection of unique infant and children's clothing, hurry in to Joy's Infant and Children's Boutique, 314 East Broadway in downtown Monett. Owner Courtney Gates promises lots of variety for all ages, sizes, styles, and more, in addition to a very welcoming environment and superior customer service. Most importantly, they provide a comfortable, inviting, and fun place to shop. Stop in today at Joy's Infant and Children's Boutique in Monett.
Since 1950, Buchanan Funeral Home continues to serve families throughout Berry and Lawrence counties with unsurpassed compassion and care. They pledge to continue the tradition of trusted service with owner Jeremy Vanderboel, along with Jeff James, Dwayne Guerin, and Rex Budd. Buchanan Funeral Home is a constant source of support and encouragement to the families they serve. If interested in a pre-arrangement or transferring an existing pre-arrangement to Buchanan Funeral Home, stop by 301 Euclid or call 235-3188.
There's a new choice in the Monett area in honoring your deceased loved ones. Owners Jeremy and Angie Vanderboel are proud to announce the opening of Tombstone Solutions, LLC. They offer the highest quality granite monument sales, as well as monument leveling and cleaning at affordable pricing. Preserve your loved one's legacy. Stop paying high prices. Call Tombstone Solutions in Monett for an estimate. 417-737-0839.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you by Sonic Drive-In, 9th and Cleveland and Monett. Don't forget to download the latest Sonic mobile app and get those half-price drinks all day long on the app. Joy's Infant and Children's Boutique at 314 East Broadway. This is a new store in downtown Monett. Courtney Gates is the owner, the wife of Ty Gates. It is a fun, inviting place to shop, and they've got a great selection of infant and children's clothing, lots of different styles. They update quite often. I also invite you to check out their Facebook page for some sales on internet only, but do stop in and see Courtney at Joy's Infant and Children's Boutique, 314 East Broadway. Very similar to what the Trunk had when Sharon Garrett had the Trunk in downtown Monett. Buchanan Funeral Home, a tradition of trusted service since 1950 at 301 Euclid, and Tombstone Solutions, owned by Jeremy and Angie Vanderboel. You can call them at 417-737-0839. This is a new monument sales store, monument leveling, most importantly, monument cleaning. If your loved one's monument has just got some wear and tear on it, and you just can't read the letters or the numbers anymore. They go in, they clean up the monument, and it looks brand new, and they do it about a third of the price of what other companies charge, and that's the same thing on the monument sale. So we invite you to call Jeremy at Tombstone Solutions. Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back at Burrow Fowler Stadium on opening night. Reed Spring with a 20-7 lead over the Monett Cubs, and Reed Spring had that combination going in the first half of Blandy Burrell to James Dowdy, accounting for 2 of their 3 touchdowns.
Just as advertised, you know, that's what everyone was looking for from the Cubs side of the ball, but the Cubs defensive backs have just not been able to stop that combination. A couple of big plays. Cubs had that one big play there to end the first half, but of course wasn't close enough to get down there to try to get a kick. But Cubs, the one time that they did score, were able to sustain a drive about 54 yards down into the end zone. But since that, the Wolves have kind of made some defensive adjustments and kind of stopped the Cubs, because the Cubs have been pretty well all on the ground, and the Cubs have got to have at least a passing game of somewhat just to kind of slow that rush down a little bit. But Cubs only down 13 points, so second half, if the Cubs can make some adjustment offensively, we'll see if the Cubs can come back and get more competitive in this game.
Reed Spring scoring on their 3 of their 4 first half possessions. Cubs fumbled their first possession, scored on their second drive, and then ran out of downs on both their third and fourth drives of the first half. Reed Spring got the ball to start the game, and they quick scored in a hurry. 3 plays, 69 yards. The scoring coming on a 22-yard touchdown run by Jace Bolin. Campos added the extra point. That 3-play, 69-yard scoring drive took just 43 seconds. Reed Spring led 7-0. Cubs got it back again, fumbled to Reed Spring. Reed Spring unable to capitalize, punted back to Monett. Cubs taking over on their own 46-yard line, and Monett would go 54 yards in 11 plays. Colin Umfleet a 1-yard touchdown run. Eric Chavez the extra point to tie the game at 7-7 after a 5-minute 39-second scoring drive. Reed Spring taking the lead back early second quarter, 11:51 to go before halftime. James Dowdy, 41-yard touchdown pass from Blandy Burrell. Campos the extra point to make it 14-7. 6 plays, 69 yards in 2 minutes, 23 seconds. And then with 5:10 to go in the second quarter, Dowdy a 34-yard pass from Burrell. 2-point conversion pass was no good. 5 plays, 52 yards in just 2 minutes and 16 seconds. That's where we stand here at halftime. Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. The Wolves outgained the Cubs in the first half, 194 to 168. The Wolves just 9 rushing attempts for 52 yards. They had 142 yards through the air on 5 of 8 passing with the 2 touchdown passes. Reed Spring with 8 first downs, penalized 1 time for 5 yards, and punted once for 34 yards. The Cubs, 31 rushing attempts for 168 yards, no passing yards. They were 1 for 4, but that 1 completion was for no gain. Monett had 9 first downs, lost 1 fumble, penalized twice for 15 yards, and did not punt in the first half. Bolin, 8 rushing attempts for 48 yards, leading rusher for Reed Spring. We mentioned Dowdy, 3 catches for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, the leading receiver for Reed Spring. Rushing numbers for the Cubs, Umfleet 14 carries for 68 yards, and Baden 10 carries for 44 yards. At the half, it is Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. More halftime coverage coming up in a minute.
At Hood Home Repair, HHR LLC, they've got all your needs covered, from residential remodels to commercial damage repairs and everything in between. From the simple to the lavish, HHR contractors can help you every step of the way. Their work is good, they promise, and behind that promise, they want you to know HHR backs their work with satisfaction guaranteed. HHR won't stop working until you like what they've done. Call today at 417-489-7545.
What are you grilling tonight? Prime Cut in Monett has a large selection of ribeyes, fillets, T-bones, pork steaks, pork chops, ribs, and more. Prime Cut will slice smoked ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef for great sandwich options. Don't forget about the Prime Cut food truck for your local community event. Owner James Thomas also provides catering service for any size group or gathering. Call 235-5990 or stop in today at 101 East Cleveland.
When you need tree removal, stump grinding, topping and trimming, pruning, lot clearing, storm damage, or bucket truck services, contact Joe's Tree Service. Offering residential and commercial service, this family-owned and operated company is fully licensed and insured for your protection. They provide free estimates and friendly service. Let Joe help with all your outside needs. Contact Joe's Tree Service at 417-499-9284.
Let's face it, buying and selling a home is stressful. Your real estate agent has your back whether you're a buyer or a seller. Agents have a fiduciary responsibility to their clients. They are legally obligated to put their client's best interests first. Make the right choice and hire Crown Double K Realty as your real estate agent. Crown Double K Realty has been working with buyers and sellers in Southwest Missouri since 1984. Put their years of experience to work for you. Call 417-235-5231 or stop by their office at 825 East Highway 60 in Monett.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, as well as the YouTube channel Monett Cubs Live, brought to you tonight by HHR Construction, as well as Prime Cut. Thank you to owner James Thomas. Don't forget the Prime Cut food truck available for your community event or for catering needs. Joe's Tree Service. They are licensed and insured. They provide free estimates. And Crown Double K Realty. Been a craft broker assisting buyers and sellers since 1984. The Monett Marching Pride performing their halftime performance here at Burrow Fowler Stadium. Reed Spring leading Monett 20-7. During our pregame, we talked about the upcoming districts for high school football. The district's assignments also announced for softball, soccer, and volleyball. Monett in softball will be part of Class 3 District 6. Aurora, Cassville, Doniphan, Rogersville, Reed Spring, Seneca, and Monett. Soccer, Class 2 District 5. Aurora, Bolivar, Cassville, Springfield, Greenwood, Rogersville, New Covenant Academy, and Monett. And volleyball, Class 3 District 12, Cassville, East Newton, Mount Vernon, Nevada, Seneca, and Monett. In football in Class 1, there's only 4 districts, and some of the teams have 9. Some of the districts have 9 teams in a district, so with just 4 districts, it'll eliminate some of the rounds of the playoffs. But I mean, one of the districts literally goes from the Boot Heel, from Hayti and Portageville, all the way close to Joplin for a district.
Talking about districts, I always look at the districts that other Big 8 teams have, and I believe it's softball. I noticed that McDonald County, check out this district, has to go to Warrensburg, Raytown South, Raytown, and Harrisonville, I believe. I mean, from McDonald County, that's quite a trip too for softball. But you know, and I still don't understand the different classifications depending on which sport. You know, I guess it comes down to the numbers of teams in different sports and stuff. But you know, Cubs might be Class 4, which they are in football, but then might be Class 3 in other sports. But just kind of keep abreast and listen, and we'll try to keep you informed on where we're at, because I can't keep track of it. But they do have some long-distance districts out there, and Cubs, fortunately, as far as districts are concerned, are not too awful bad. But where did Doniphan come from? I don't know.
I do not know. And the Monett football team's in the same boat they were last year. They play no Class 5 or Class 6 schools, where some of the other, like Bolivar, will play some 5s and 6s. Hillcrest will definitely play some 5s and 6s. West Plains will play some 5s and 6s. Monett will get no bonus points because there's no Class 5 or Class 6 schools on their schedule.
And then you go to a Lamar that's a Class 2, I believe, and they play Class 3s. They play Class 4s. Not that they need any help, but still they get bonus points for playing those, much like East Newton does, you know, as far as playing in the Big 8. But, you know, it's still not as big of a mess as what the NCAA has kind of turned itself into. I'm not even going to try to explain or talk about who's where. I don't have a clue. I think I'll just wait and they can tell me.
There you go. There you go. Well, back to football. Mount Vernon, Class 3 District 6, a lot of Big 8 schools. Aurora, Cassville, East Newton, Hollister, Mount Vernon, Seneca, Reed Spring, all Big 8. But Mount Vernon plays 5 Class 4 schools.
Yeah.
5.
Exactly. And, you know, and there again, as long as you're pretty darn good, that those bonus points can really add up for you and really help your seed at the end of the year, as far as whenever you go into districts, whether you're going to host or not. So, yeah, you know, it's just amazing. It's gone are the days where Monett, Aurora, Mount Vernon, Cassville, East Newton, McDonald County were all basically the same size as far as school enrollment, but things have changed, and you know, you just flow with the punches and go with what Michigan tells you where you're going to go and hope for the best. But Cubs are in a difficult situation being in a Class 4 now versus Class 3.
With Monett High School, we welcome a couple of new members to the administrative team, in particular high school principal, Dr. Isaac Suter, and the Sarcoxy.
But what school district? Reed Spring.
Yeah.
Assistant principal from
Reed Spring.
Reed Spring. I think we've got one more administrator.
The new volleyball coach.
Yeah, the new volleyball coach. All coming from Reed Spring. It's ironic we're playing them, but didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought there. But
And I know he hadn't had a whole lot of sleep the last couple of days, but a great job by Ty Gates, new athletic director, taking over for Darrell Bradley, who has moved on, accepted a position with the Missouri State High School Activities Association office in Columbia. And that is big shoes to fill. We miss Darrell, but we know Ty will do a wonderful, wonderful job.
yeah, Darrell set the bar high there as far as he took care of everything for a lot of years and knew all the ins and outs. But Ty's right on top of things, and he's going to do the Cubs athletic department a yeoman's job, and I look forward to working with Ty, and hopefully for a long time don't have to go searching for another one.
Well said. We're at halftime in Monett. Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. We'll continue our halftime coverage after this on MHSCubs.com and the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live.
Family owned and operated Kay's Floral Affair and Gardens in Monett has the flowers, plants, candles, jewelry, chocolates, and beauty essentials to help you express yourself perfectly. Whether you want to convey sympathy, love, encouragement, or simply want to let someone know you care, Kay's Floral has a wide variety of bouquets to choose from, or they can put something together special just for you. Call 235-3095 or visit us at 712 East Cleveland.
At Advanced Jiffy Machine Products, we specialize in everything manufacturing. We are constantly expanding both building space and ideas to anticipate the needs of customers and stay ahead of the competition. Whether it's adding automation to increase capacity or modifying a current process, we always try to look ahead to utilize the newest technologies in order to maintain the very high level of quality and efficiency our customers have come to expect since 1979. Advanced Jiffy Machine Products, 9 North Industrial Drive in Monett.
T-Shirt Snob in Monett is a full family boutique offering ladies, men's, juniors, and children's clothing and shoes. See their selection of jeans, including rock and roll denim, Can-Can, Judy Blue, and Hooey. Don't forget about the new arrival of Gypsy Jazz shoes for women and a large selection of maternity and infant clothes. T-Shirt Snob is located at the corner of Derry and Kyler. See their Facebook page for updates on merchandise information. Call 417-324-5751.
Home maintenance, yard projects, grilling or relaxing outside. Whatever you're doing, your neighbors at Monett Ace Hardware have what you need. Located inside Price Cutter, our expert associates have the know-how you need to get any job done right. Ace is the place where you'll find help in every aisle. Your local Monett Price Cutter Pharmacy offers free delivery or curbside pickup with your prescription order. We make it fast, easy, and convenient for you. We also offer vaccinations such as COVID-19, shingles, pneumonia, and influenza. Stop by and talk to your local Price Cutter pharmacist for more information.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, sponsored in part by Kay's Floral Affair and Gardens at 712 East Cleveland. Check out her large gift shop. Advanced Jiffy Machine Products at 9 North Industrial Drive. The T-Shirt Snob at Derry and Kyler Street, running screen printing and embroidery work. And Price Cutter, 56 years in the Ozarks, 2150 East Cleveland. Local matters. Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back in Monett. So 39th season for me, and you started a couple years before me. I was in January of '85. When did you and Joe start up?
Well, this would be probably 41, I would say, or 40. You know, so 83, 84, so this would be 23, 24. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, we're old.
Looks like I'd be better at what I'm doing. You know, there again, like I've always told you and Don, you guys are professionals, I just talk, so, you know, makes it easy whenever you're working with somebody that knows what's going on and keeps you focused, so it's a fun time to do it. I enjoy promoting the kids and promoting Monett High School.
So adjustments that the Cubs need to make here in the second half. Let's talk about offensive side. They need to open it up a little more.
Cubs, but you're going to be able to do that. You're going to have some protection for Unfleet, which didn't really have there in the first half, but going to have a semblance of a passing game of some sort. I like the way that the Cubs attack, and they use different formations as far as unfleet under center or in the shotgun formation, but still you're going to have some big plays to get back into this, because Reed Spring, as we've seen in the first half, they're a big play offense, and they'll continue to throw the ball as long as the Cubs allow it to happen, when it comes right down to it. Of course, Dowdy's a fine receiver, just a junior, and Burrell can get him the ball, and has very, very big situation.
Well, don't believe everything Perry types.
Okay.
He is a senior.
Okay, he is a senior? Okay, my mistake. This was Perry's sheet.
I know.
Radio announcer for the Wolves, so I was just going by him, but still a very outstanding receiver. Yeah. And so that makes a good tandem there for the Wolves. The Cubs' defensive backfield is going to that's the biggest adjustment the Cubs' defensive backfield going to have to make on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, and offensively for Andy McFarland, more of the same?
More of the same as far as, you take what the defense gives you as far as the coach is concerned. Until the Cubs show the ability to stop the pass, you're going to throw the ball and just kind of mix in the run just enough to keep the defensive line honest, the Cubs. But still, your bread and butter is the pass, and if nobody stops the pass, even if you have to start going to the short stuff rather than the long stuff, 5 yards at a time, even I can figure out that only takes 2 downs to get a first down. So I'm sure that McFarland's going to stay just like it is, and he might still throw a wrinkle or two. I'm sure he's probably not satisfied being up 20-7, but Cubs are still in this ball game.
What about the run by Reed Spring in the postseason last year? District wins over Cassville, Osage, and then the state playoff wins over Boonville, Sullivan before losing to Cardinal Ritter. Best season ever in their school history in high school football. And again, Caden Weiss was such a special player. He's going to have a really good career at Missouri State.
Yes, he's going to be a definite asset for that Bear team eventually. Probably going to be playing some tight end and possibly some linebacker. And they've even talked about maybe moving him to a running back as far as that's concerned. But the Wolves got to playing with a lot of confidence at the late stage of the year last year, and that's what you want to do if you're going to advance and get to the state championship. You got to play well there towards the end of the year, and that's what the Wolves did.
Reed Spring won this matchup 20-0 last year. They had 3 other meetings before 2012, all in postseason play. Monett winning in 2012, 35-6, winning in 2014, 21-0. The Wolves got that win 2017, 59-6 over Monett when they had a huge halftime lead and ended up winning that game big. So here at halftime tonight, it is Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. We've got the start of the third quarter coming up after this timeout.
Whether it's starting a business, helping with social media, project management, or scheduling, Danae's Virtual Desk is a one-stop shop for anything you need help with. Why a virtual assistant? The best part is that you're paying for a business service rather than having to hire an employee, schedule and manage them, and do payroll. We focus on ways to free up your day, reduce your workload, relieve your stress, and simplify your life. Want to get started today? Go to Denae'sVirtualDesk.com or send an email, hello@Denae'sVirtualDesk.com.
Hey all you Cub fans, it's Jamie Lenz here. Good luck tonight, Cubs. Hey, if you're at a ball game, chances are your life's pretty busy. And that's what we're here for. We are making home-cooked meals from our kitchen to your table with little to no cleanup. So check out our menu on Facebook. We post a menu every Saturday, and we would love to see you here at Jamie Lenz.
The Monett Athletic Booster Club is growing, and they want you to help. The Booster Club operates to support all Monett High School Cubs and Lady Cubs athletic teams by providing monetary support, volunteer support, and promoting team spirit. Their efforts reach out to all Monett High School athletic activities in an unbiased way. Your help, whether financial or by volunteering your time, is greatly appreciated. To become an active member in the Monett Athletic Booster Club, contact the high school office.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you by the Monett Athletic Booster Club, where your membership is appreciated. Cox Health, when you need care, our Care Finder tool at coxhealth.com can help. Jamie Lynn, see her Facebook page for the weekly menu. She has great catering as well, 417-772-7211. She served over 350 dinners last night, chicken fried steak, homemade mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans and rolls. And again, that single just $9, a double $17. She also has options for family and extended family. It is delicious home-cooked meals. Usually offers a daily lunch special as well, but do check out her Facebook page, Jamie Lenz. And we're sponsored in part by Danae's Virtual Desk. A virtual assistant gets started today. Her website, Denae'sVirtualDesk.com, and Danae is spelled D-E-N-A-E. So Denae'sVirtualDesk.com. Thank you so much to Dave's daughter, Danae Beckett. She started her own business a couple years ago, Danae's Virtual Desk, and she really knows her stuff. I cannot thank her enough for some computer assistance that she has provided, and strongly encourage you to use the services of Danae's Virtual Desk. Just about set for the start of the third quarter. Reed Spring will kick off. The Cubs will have the ball to start the third quarter, and it comes up right after this.
Founded in 2002, 3D Corporate Solutions at 601 North 13th Street in Monett is one of the nation's leading providers of pet food ingredients. At the core of our business is a value-added, all-encompassing package not available anywhere else in the industry. Our partners choose us time and again because we resourcefully offer them a comprehensive array of products and services. Our team's professional experience allows 3D Corporate Solutions to create, produce, and manage all aspects of pet food ingredients for each unique partner's specific needs.
Campos to kick off, short line drive kick to the 40-yard line, that the Cubs will just fall on the football there. Parker Messer or August Black, I think that was a 5 or a 6. It was a 6, thank you, he finally turned around.
But at any rate, neither kickers wanting to kick it short or long out there, so the coaches are gambling with John to just keep away from a big return from either side. And Cubs will have the ball to start this second half, and Cubs are going to have to get some offense rolling.
Colin Umfleet in the first half, 14 carries for 68 yards, but was just 1 for 4 passing the football. Monett down 20-7 underway here in the third quarter. Monett moving from left to right toward the scoreboard in the south end zone. Umfleet out of the gun, Diego Baden the running back. Baden with a block, Umfleet with the carry off the right side. Umfleet to about the 44-yard line, picks up about 4 before being pushed backward, but the initial hit for Reed Spring by Sebastian Michaud.
Never did bring down Colin. They stopped his progress, and of course they blew the ball dead, but did pick up 4 yards on the play, so 2nd and 6. Miles Young bringing in the play from the sideline, Coach Lewis.
First series of the first quarter, Monett moved the ball well but fumbled for the only turnover of the first half. 2nd and 6, Monett at their own 44, trailing Reed Spring 20-7. 2 wide receivers to each side. Umfleet out of the gun. Fakes the handoff to Baden. He has a pitch, man. There is a pitch. It's a bad pitch. Reed Spring. No, they're going to say an incomplete forward pass. That was just a backward pitch, it looked like. There's a flag on the play.
Now they're going to say an illegal forward pass, I think is what they're going to call.
I don't know.
I was looking at the blocking. I wasn't, to tell you the truth, I wasn't looking at the ball, but kind of a shovel pass is what Coach Lewis is trying to.
I mean, if it's ruled an illegal or just illegal forward pass.
Right, illegal forward pass.
Okay.
But the Cubs will
that's better
maintain
than,
possession.
that's better than a fumble and a recovery by Reed Spring. Now, Andy McFarland's not going to be happy on the far sideline. Cubs sent a man in motion that time and had a pitch man, an Umfleet pitch, but in the eyes of Rick McCulley, he ruled it an illegal forward pass, and the Cubs will be backed up to their 34-yard line.
Cubs flirting with disaster there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Cubs only lose some yardage instead of the football.
So back to the 34. It'll be 2nd and 16. 11:06 to go, third quarter. Monett trailing Reed Spring 20-7. Under center, Umfleet straight ahead about the 39-yard line. Stop made by the Wolves' Landon Irvin.
And keep in mind, Colin Umfleet, just a sophomore for the Cubs, so he's learning by experience out there under fire, so to speak. And so it's going to be 4th down. The Cubs are going to be forced to punt the ball away.
They'll punt for the first time And this is Landon Brandt to punt. Dowdy goes deep for Reed Spring. Dowdy last year returned 3 punts for touchdowns. Good punt by Brandt. Hangs up in the air. Dowdy fields it at the 20. He drops it. Picks it back up at the 24 and is tackled at the 24.
So good coverage that time by the mishandling of the punt by the Wolves' Dowdy, and Cubs dropping for no gain, and good punt by Landon Brandt.
41 yards on the punt, about 4 on the return. But Reed Spring doing what they needed to do, and that's stop Monett on the first drive of the second half.
And Wolves might come out and run the ball first to snap, but I look for them to put the ball in the air.
A trick play is an option at any time. Burrow out of the gun. Drops the low snap. Going to try to run off the left side. He's got room. 25-30. Flag on the play. Burrow at the 35. Cubs finally bring him down at about the 38-yard line on the tackle by Eric Chavez, but there is a flag back at the 31.
Block in the back against the Wolves is what it's going to be. Yes. So the flag was dropped right about the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. I'll mark it from the 30. Yeah.
Oh, only Rick McCulley knows.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder.
Where are they going?
Oh, wow. All the way back to the 14.
New rule in high school football this year.
Which is?
Marked it off from the line of scrimmage.
Oh, okay. Block in the back.
For a hold.
Okay.
Yes.
As long as it's not against us, that's a good rule.
Okay. Didn't know if you
throwing that out there. I did not know that.
Yeah, so 1st and 20, Reed Spring. Cubs showing blitz. Here they come. Burrow's going to throw a quick pass, caught by Dowdy. Dowdy looks for a block, won't get one. He's going to be dropped by Brandt for a short gain out to about the 17 is all.
Landon there, a good job coverage that time and maintaining his contact with his receiver out there, and Landon coming up and making the stop after about a 3-yard gain is all. So it's second.
Dowdy with catches of 31, 41, 34, and 3. On 2nd and 17, a hard count by Burrow, and flags come out.
Cubs go across the line of scrimmage. In high school football, you can't, once the line of scrimmage is determined, can't impede past that, and the Cubs whistle for 5 yards. Still second down, 2nd and 12.
4th penalty against Monett, totaling 30 yards. 9:28 to go, 3rd quarter. Reed Spring 20, Monett 7. Wolves' first possession of the 3rd quarter. Reed Spring will send Miguel Campos out wide to the right. James Dowdy split out wide left, which is the short side of the field. Cubs show blitz. They fake the pass. The handoff to Jace Bolin. Off right tackle, crosses the 24 out to about the 26-yard line for about 4 yards.
It looked like the Cubs made the adjustment there at halftime as far as covering that particular play, because it looked like Wolves are going to throw it out here to Dowdy on the quick slant across the middle, but coming back against the grain that time was the halfback, and good job by the defense. 3rd down now. The Cubs need to stop the Wolves here.
3rd and 8, Reed Spring at their own 26.
It's going to go to Dowdy,
who goes in motion from left to right. Burrow, play action, rolling to his right. He's a left-handed quarterback. Going to throw deep downfield. A man is wide open. He's caught it at the 35-yard line, and this is going to be a touchdown for Reed Spring on the catch by Miguel Campos.
And the only question there was whether the quarterback was going to get the ball to the receiver. And Campos made the catch, nobody around, and waltzed into the end zone on a 3rd and 8 for the Wolves.
74-yard touchdown pass to Campos.
Cubs bit hard on that play action up there in the front. And like I say, the quarterback, all he had to do was just get the ball to his receiver and off to the end zone.
There wasn't a purple jersey anywhere. Play clock at 10. Again, Reed Spring having a little trouble coming out for the conversion. They're going to apparently try to go for 2.
After they missed the extra point on the previous touchdown.
Play clock at 2 at 1. Burrow gets the snap, pass into the end zone. He throws it behind his intended receiver. The 2-point conversion is incomplete.
And that's Dowdy, his intended receiver.
Yep.
Red shoes. Yeah.
Timeout in Monett. 8:30 left in the third. Reed Spring 26. Monett 7. Back in a minute.
Friendly Tire at 703 West Highway 60 in Monett is proud to feature Yokohama tires. Yokohama's product line has expanded beyond its highly respected racing tires to include excellent all-season passenger car, crossover, SUV, and pickup tires, as well as all-terrain and mud-terrain tires. Check out the Yokohama Avid Ascend, the most advanced grand touring tire ever. Friendly Tire is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to noon. Stop in today for great customer service.
A multiple Gold Cup winner as Missouri's best small daily newspaper, the Monett Times is your most trusted source for local news. For up-to-the-minute news and information, visit their website, monett-times.com, or follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Call 417-235-3135 to purchase a subscription or place a classified ad, or stop by the Monett Times office at 801 North Lincoln. The Monett Times, your hometown area newspaper since 1899.
Short kickoff by Reed Spring takes a big bounce. Cubs pick it up at the 33-yard line. This is Miles Young. And returning it to about the 48-yard line, about a 15-yard kickoff return by Miles Young, as the Cubs will have it near midfield to start this next possession.
And the Wolves again just kicking it short, and Miles picking up that line drive kick and returns it out to the 48. Looks like a water break.
We'll take it with him. 8:24 left in the third. Wolves 26, Cubs 7. Back after this.
Founded in 1951, EFCO in Monett is a leading manufacturer of architectural aluminum, window, curtain wall, storefront, and entrance systems for commercial architectural applications. EFCO welcomes opportunities to build on its commitments to technology, innovation, and total satisfaction by keeping pace with the evolving needs of our customers. We want you to be a part of our team. Apply online, fcocorp.com/aboutus/careers. EFCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Coast to Coast is proud to carry Steel equipment. We're proud that much of Steel's legendary gasoline-powered outdoor equipment, from trimmers to chainsaws, is built right here in America. Working as hard as you do to get the job done. Real Steel. Find yours at Coast to Coast, 500 South Kyler in Monett. A majority of Steel gasoline-powered units sold in the United States are built in the United States, from domestic and foreign parts and components.
Cubs first and 10 at their own 48-yard line, trailing Reed Spring 26-7. 8:24 to go in the third quarter. Umfleet, quick pass, caught by Brandt, and Brandt tackled by Dowdy at the 50-yard line. It's a completion of just 2 yards.
That was the same pass play the Cubs attempted there in the first half and was thrown behind, as we got Miles Young a little bit slow. I don't know if he turned an ankle or what, but getting up off the turf, and I think is an ankle turn of some sort, coming off on his own power, but just a 2-yard gain, or are they going to give him one?
This gave him 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2nd and 9, Monett. Ethan Lewis relaying the play to Colin Umfleet. Cubs trail 26-7, under 8 minutes left in the third quarter here on opening night. Monett will be at Mount Vernon next Thursday. Reed Spring will be hosting Nevada next Friday night. After the road trip to Mount Vernon, Cubs home the next 2 weeks, hosting Lamar and Marshfield. Toss goes to Diego Baden. Baden bounces off one Reed Spring tackler, carries out to about the 45-yard line. He just ran over Sam Carpenter.
Yeah, just running and running very hard is Baden. Is really the best offensive weapon we've got, other than Colin Umfleet out there, and gets within 2 yards of a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Baden for 7 yards, 11 carries, 51 yards for Baden. And Monett facing 3rd and a short 2, trailing 26-7, 7 minutes left, third quarter. Spread out wide left, Aaron Soriano. Wide right, Evan Witt. 3rd and 2 Monett. Umfleet out of the gun, wants to throw. Quick pass to Brandt, who's got a first down to the 40, down to the 39-yard line.
Put Brandt in motion, then come out of it there and throw it to Brandt as he comes across and picks up the needed yardage. Does Landon Brandt, and the Cubs with a first down at the 39-yard line, or 39-yard line of the Wolves.
Aiden Smith, the center, a little slow in getting up.
26-7, the Cubs trailing the Wolves here in the
So
third
that was
quarter.
a pass to Brandt for 5. All 3 completions to Brandt. 1st and 10 Monett at the Reed Spring 39. Cubs send a man in motion. They run an option. Umfleet with the pitch to the 35, to the 30. Nice run by Bo Stevens for a first down near the 28-yard line.
More than enough for the first down, and that time the Cubs just ran the option, and Baden picked up about 4 would-be tacklers if he'd have had the ball, but Umfleet took the ball back out of Baden's belly and then pitched it at the last second, and Cubs pick up the first down in the person of Stevens.
Nice 11-yard run by Bo Stevens, a senior, 5'10", 165. Cubs quick up on the line of scrimmage. Fumble. It is on the ground.
Yeah, bad exchange there by Colin that time, as Colin recognized that there wasn't a
center.
There wasn't anyone over the center, and tried to quick snap it, and fortunately he was able to fall on it and gain a yard. Second and 9 for the Cubs.
17 carries, 78 yards for Umfleet. Stevens comes out. Aaron Soriano goes to the left along with Landon Brandt and Miles Young. Good to see him back in. Evan Witt split out wide right. So 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Cubs 2nd and 9. Umfleet wants to throw. It's batted down, incomplete, looking over the middle, but swatted down by Jaden Turner.
Good job by Turner as a linebacker looking at the quarterback, and Colin looking at his receiver all the way, and Turner saw that he was going to throw right across the middle and knocked the pass down, and so it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Big play call here. Cubs need some kind of points this drive, trailing by 19, 26-7, 5:21 to go third quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They send Brandt in motion, give him the handoff on the jet sweep. Landon tries to cut it back up the middle, gets to about the 23-yard line before tackled by Sebastian Michaud.
And Cubs that go for it here on 4th down have to, trailing 26-7 here in the third quarter. So it's going to be 4th and 5, 6.
Ball on the 23, got to get to about the 18, we'll call it 5.
Yeah, okay, it's 4th down for the Cubs, 4th and 5.
8th play of the series that started back at the 48. 4th and 5, Monett. Ian Waterman in at receiver. Now they go tight end. Umfleet tries to go up the middle, and this time the pile is not moving far enough, and the Reed Spring defense holds Monett on 4th and 5.
Going to be about a yard short, looks like, possibly 2, but whatever the case, on 4th down, unsuccessful for the Cubs, and Wolves have had the ball turning over on downs.
And there's an injured Monett player, and that's Umfleet.
Hopefully looks like a cramp, looks like they're trying to pull his foot back. We'll wait and see, but
Wolves take over on downs, 4:37 to go in the third. Reed Spring on top of Monett, 26-7. We will be right back.
When you're dealing with life's ups and downs, it helps to know the ins and outs of insurance. Farmers Insurance has been sharing practical insurance knowledge for more than 90 years. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Contact Farmers Insurance agent Scott Smith in Monett at 417-737-7444 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matter the most. That's Scott Smith at 417-737-7444. Visit his office at 103 Cleveland. Don't forget to ask about the Cox Health and Jack Henry employee discounts.
Cup football brought to you by 3D Corporate Solutions, 601 North 13th Street. Friendly Tire at 703 West Highway 60, the Monett Times, and by EFCO, their main office at 1000 County Road in Monett. Also brought to you by Coast to Coast at 500 South Kyler, and Scott Smith, Farmers Insurance at 103 Cleveland. Good news for Monett. Colin Umfleet able to make it to the Cubs sideline. But the Reed Spring defense holds Monett, and the Wolves now start at their own 20. They scored on their first series of the second half, going 76 yards in just 3 plays. Burrow out of the gun, 3 receivers to the left, handoff up the middle. That's Bolin. Cubs try to strip the football away. First hit there by Keegan Carr. And actually Chris Daniels, the ball carrier, from the 20 out to about the 21 is all. Just a gain of 1 for Daniels, and it's 2nd and 9, Reed Spring.
Just trying to keep the defense honest there, not going to the pass every single time, but Cubs still got to play pass defense here.
Daniels stays in the backfield. Dowdy to the left, along with Sam Carpenter. Single wide receiver to the right. Burrow looking right. Now steps into the pocket. Pass is caught. Nice grab by Zach Preston, who is tackled at about the 33-yard line.
Brad in on the stop there, but not before that Preston was able to pick up a first down for the Wolves. Needed 9, got about, 12, 13?
To the 32, gets 11.
11. So first down for the Wolves, and lead 26-7 do the Wolves.
10th first down for Reed Spring. Burrell now 8 for 11 passing, with 3 touchdown passes. Clock running, 3:47 left. Actually, the clock is stopped. 3:47 to go in the third. 26-7 Wolves. Bolin back in at running back. High snap. Handoff to Bolin. Trying to run to the right side. A host of purple jerseys brings him down for no gain at the 32-yard line.
Keegan Carr in on the stop for the Cubs.
Called his name a lot tonight.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Also see Josie Zinn, a defensive tackle from Monett, 6'2", 280 and a senior, helping in on the stop for no gain. Bolin will come out. See if they bring Daniels back in. Blandy Burrell just now getting to the huddle, the Big 8 East Player of the Year last year, 3-year starter, over 2,500 passing yards for Burrell last year and 34 touchdown passes. Play clock at 4, he gets the snap. The give to Daniels for little or no gain. He may lose a yard back to the 31. Eric Chavez, actually that's 44 on the stop. Camden Ellis, who's another freshman.
Draw play again by the Wolves that time. The Cubs doing a good job of staying at home and playing their position and stopping the lanes there. And in fact, a loss of 1.
Right for Daniels.
3rd and 11.
Well, the Monett defense trying to get the ball back to their offense. 2.5 to go in the third. Now Camden Ellis will come out. 3rd and 11, Reed Spring at their own 31. Got to get to the Cubs 42. Burrow wants to throw, drops back, looks right, throws right. Pass is caught, and right at the first down marker, the catch made by Zach Preston.
Going to be just short, like it looks like, but
are you sure?
I would assume that Reeds will go for it here.
An injured Monett player. That is Parker Doss, down on his back at about the 18-yard line. So it's a gain of 10 on the catch by Preston. And with the injury timeout, we'll take another break. 2:02 left in the third. Cubs down 26-7 on MHSCubs.com.
Take the guesswork out when you're looking to replace your HVAC system or looking to install your heating, ventilating, and air conditioning system for new residential or commercial construction. Hire the professionals at Shane's Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1946. They specialize in geothermal and conventional HVAC systems. They feature Trane products for conventional systems and Bosch for ground source systems. Call Shane's Heating and Air, 417-235-6183. In business for over 75 years.
Find your freedom, leave the banking to us. When you bank with Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, we want you to spend more time doing what you love and less time worrying about your day-to-day banking. From our free mobile banking app to local helpful personal banking representatives, Freedom Bank strives to exceed your expectations of a hassle-free local banking experience. Banking on freedom for generations to come. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
2:02 left in the third. Monett down 26-7. It is 4th and 1 for Reed Spring, and the Wolves line up to go for it. Burl fakes the handoff, fakes the shovel pass, going to try to run around the right side. He has the first down, driven out of bounds by Aaron Soriano, but good running by Blandy Burl to move the chains.
So that'll be more than enough for the first down. So Wolves will maintain possession of the football here. It's 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line, and the Wolves are kind of content to keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock running with that 26-7 lead.
1:48 left in the third. That is Burl's first rushing attempt of the ball game. And it was a big one, converting on 4th and 1. 7th play of the drive that started back at the Wolves' 20. 19-point lead for Reed Spring on the road. Burl, handoff. This will be Daniels up the middle, stopped short of the 50-yard line.
Helmet come off out there. Don't know how or what, but
the who was Angel Siniceros. He'll be replaced by Porter Reed.
Gain of 4. Yeah.
We have not called the name of Daniel Flifflet since he went out with that injury in the first half for Reed Spring. And I see him, he's on the far right side of the bench, but standing up.
Fully dressed as far as he doesn't have, still has his shoulder pads and everything on, but don't know what the delay here is, but
maybe something with the play clock, not for sure. Rick McCauley says wind it up. 100 seconds left in the third. 26-7 Reed Spring. Wolves have the only points of the second half, courtesy of a 74-yard touchdown pass from Burl to Miguel Campos. 2nd and 6. Near midfield, the Cubs show blitz. Here they come. Burl's going to throw. Lofts one up in the air to the near sideline. Looking for Dowdy.
There it is.
Makes the catch.
Offensive pass interference.
There is a flag on the play. Dowdy into the end zone, but he and Landon Brandt
collided, and it comes down to what the officials saw, but they're asking me, it looked like offensive pass interference, but we'll see. I've seen it called where they say that the defensive back impeded the progress of the...
Yeah, it's offensive pass interference.
Okay. So the Cubs deny the end zone that time. Good job by Landon. At least was there with Dowdy.
Should back the Wolves up to the 34.
Yep, that's where they're going. Going to be 2nd down still.
Well, let's see. 34, 16, and 5, 21. 2nd and 21. Quick math.
There you go. It's early in the season.
Indeed. About as early as you can get. 26-7, Reed Spring leading Monett. 1:14 left in the third. Wolves now 2nd and 21. They fake the pass, the handoff to Jace Bolin, and Bolin stopped short of the 36-yard line for little to no gain. 1:08 left in the third. And there's an injured Reed Spring player. They're dropping a lot here in the third.
Late in the game. The last two, I think, have been cramps of that nature or something to do with the heat and the liquidy.
So, I don't care if you are 16, 17 years old. This heat will take a toll.
Yeah.
So another injury timeout. Quick time to check our scores around the area on week 1. Still a halftime score of Nixa leading Webb City 14-7. Third quarter, Republic on top of Carthage 14-7. At halftime, we told you Mount Vernon and McDonald County were tied at 7. Joplin now leads Branson 28-7 in the third quarter. Carl Junction on top of Carl Junction 28-14.
Carl Junction on top of who?
Ozark leading Carl Junction 28-14. Seneca blanking Aurora 16-0. That's still a second quarter score. Nevada was leading Springfield Catholic at halftime 31-0. Rogersville 14, East Newton nothing at the half. Stratford leading Liberty at the half 10-7. Marionville leading Stockton at the half in a low-scoring game 6-0. And again tomorrow night, Hollister at Cassville on a 7 p.m. kickoff.
Zach Doss back out there for the Cubs, I see, as we come back out. as it looked like a heat-related injury of some sort for the Wolves, so nothing serious.
So 3rd and 21. Reed Spring. Burrell throws. It is caught by Preston. Tries to bounce outside, does. 40, 45, pushed out of bounds at about the 46-yard line by Monett's Riley Ray.
But still 10 yards short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now, 3rd and 11. After that offensive pass interference call to back up the Wolves deep. But now then we got another flag. Blocking back.
Just a hold. Where's the flag?
I don't see it. Must be right along the sideline.
Nope, it's in the 0 of the 40.
Oh, I see it now.
Back him up to the 29. So that was a pass caught by Zach Preston, correct?
Preston, yes. 5. So it's going to be 3rd down or 2nd down?
I think 3rd.
Everybody's got 3rd.
4th penalty against Reed Spring, totaling 40 yards. And a slow play 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Lots of injuries, lots of cramping. 3rd and 26. Burrell, straight handoff. Daniels, 45, down to about the 48. Going to be about 7 yards short of the first down. And there's another injured player for Reed Spring. That's Lucas Wattenbarger.
Yeah, another cramp. You can tell by the way he's bringing his leg up there. But
so Daniels, good gain out to the 47, gains 18. When we come out of the injury time out here, there's just 8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter and a 26-7 lead for the Wolves.
And it will be 4th down, 4th and 8 for the Wolves. Ball at their own 47-yard line, and I'm assuming that the Wolves will try to play field position football here.
You would think with a 19-point lead. Quickly, Dave, kind of an update on our friend Art Haynes, who's rehabbing in a Springfield Rehabilitation Center. He's got much better movement in his left arm and right arm. He's still not walking, still in a wheelchair, but working therapy 5 days a week. He is planning on coming back to do home football games and home basketball games for Missouri State. He's still on the Kansas City Chiefs radio network, pregame, halftime, postgame. He's worked the 2 first preseason games, planning on being on the air again Saturday. But again, continued thoughts and prayers for Art as he continues his recovery, and certainly hope that one day he will walk again. That is the plan.
That's the plan, and still in mobilized wheelchair right now, and he's got a long ways to go. He's coming 1,000 miles, but he's got 10,000 miles more to go to get up back on his legs. But he's enthused. You look in his picture might be at Bass Pro Shop of some sort, or he might be at the Bears football luncheon, or he might no telling where. He's getting out and going, and he's talking about he and Lisa are talking about trying to get a van to where that they can get around themselves instead of relying on somebody else as far as a wheelchair accommodating van, and hopefully that'll be the case, make things a whole lot easier for him to get out and do things. But talking to him, you talk to him on the phone, you wouldn't know there's anything wrong with him. But last interview that I saw, he still has a trach, and I know when we were up there visiting a couple of weeks ago that he was talking about maybe getting it out the following week, but evidently there's a reason that he still has that, but he's able to. We visited for probably 2 hours and wore us out more than it did him. I mean, but what an encouragement to go up there and to see him. I thought I was going to encourage him, and I come away being the one encouraged, and come a long ways. But continue to pray and think about Art.
Coming out of the timeout, Reed Spring 4th and 8. The clock is now running, and we will reach the end of the 3rd quarter before Reed Spring will have a chance to snap the football. So at the end of 3 here in Monett, Reed Spring 26, the Monett Cubs 7. We'll have the start of the 4th quarter after this timeout on MHSCubs.com and on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live.
Locally family-owned and operated since 1959, Vaughn's JDV Company is the leader in the Monett area in excavation work, including hauling and dozer work. They take this time to salute all student athletes. We appreciate the extra effort you put in, not only in the classroom, but in your particular sport, to be the best you can be every day. Best wishes from everyone at Vaughn's JDV Company, north of Monett on Highway H. Call Vaughn's at 235-7700.
Bennett Wormington Funeral Home was established in 1946 on the foundation of personal, professional, and compassionate service to Monett and the surrounding communities. The mission of Bennett Wormington Funeral Home is to provide the highest quality of care to the families they serve. They are always available to sit down and discuss any needs you may have. Call 235-3141 or stop by Bennett Wormington Funeral Home at 216 2nd Street in Monett.
Underway in the fourth quarter, it's 4th and 8. Reed Spring going for it at their own 47-yard line. They've got Daniels, one of 4 receivers to the left. They've got a single receiver to the right.
Maybe a quick kick.
Maybe. Burrell again is also a punter.
Trying to draw the Cubs offside, but good job by the Cubs staying in their position, and they're going to let the clock run out and then punt the ball away. No, they called a timeout.
I think they got a timeout with 1 on the play clock.
Good job by the Cubs defensive line, though, not to be drawn off sides. Give them additional 5 yards, which wouldn't have given them a first down, but got them a whole lot, 5 yards closer. So good job by the coaching staff reminding those young men to stay at home and not jump across the line of scrimmage.
So we're Reed Spring 26, Monett 7, back in 30 seconds.
Founded in 1961, Bass Equipment provides the world's most complete line of rabbit and small animal equipment. For over 60 years, Bass Equipment continues to be the most experienced and knowledgeable manufacturer in the industry. Visit their website, bassequipment.com, or call 235-7557. Bass Equipment proudly manufactures their products at 607 17th Street in Monett.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back in Monett. Just a huge thank you again to all of our sponsors who make what we do possible. We love promoting the kids and the school and all of the programs involved in Monett. It's not possible without the sponsors. And to our listeners, please go into the sponsors' place of business. Tell them you heard their ad on MHSCubs.com, how much you appreciate their support of high school athletics. I still can't believe this is year 39 of doing this. I just can't.
Well, there again, whenever you do things that you enjoy, time passes in a hurry, and 39 years, that's a long time to do anything, let alone like somebody else told me, making a living talking.
Yeah. You don't miss your mail routes this time of year.
No,
do you? Okay,
no.
Just throwing that out there. Burrow to punt. Good punt. It'll be fielded by Aaron Soriano at about the 25. He's at the 30, and I think stepped out of bounds around the 35-yard line. But good punt by Burrow, and a nice job by the Monett defense to get the ball back to their offense, still with 11:51 to play and down by 19.
It was funny. Soriano was the last player out there to get onto the field, get ready for this punt, and since he was the last place there, the ball came right to him. And he was able to return it about 15, 17 yards. 1st and 10 for the Cubs at their own 36-yard line, trailing 26-7.
No way are the Cubs out of this game. That's a lot of time. Reed Spring just now getting their 11th player on the field, Devin Hartsfield, a defensive lineman. Here is Umfleet, turned around and tackled Bobby Carlisle, the first to hit him, for a gain of maybe 1. 2nd and 9, Monett. Umfleet, 19 carries for 82 yards.
Played a really good ball game for his first game as quarterback, and like I say, just a sophomore. I look for some big things out of him, not only this year, but in years to come. But pretty good-looking player out there for the Cubs.
Miles Young, Evan Witt split out wide to the right. 2 receivers to the left, and there is movement down in the interior, and a flag comes out.
That should, I would assume, go towards the Wolves. So 5 yards.
Their 5th penalty, totaling 45 yards.
So it's 2nd down and 4.
Second and 4, Monett at their own 42. It's Reed Spring 26, Monett 7. The clock running. There is 11 minutes to play in the football game. Single receiver to the left on the short side of the field. Direct snap to Umfleet. Tackled at the 45-yard line.
Going to be about a yard short.
Sebastian Michaud on the stop.
Bring up 3rd down here. The ball just touching the 45-yard line of the Cubs.
Miles Young back in at a receiver. Bo Stevens will check out. 10:20 to go fourth quarter. Cubs trailing 26-7. Monett 3rd and 1 at their own 45. Reed Spring with about 6 up on the line of scrimmage. Umfleet tries to get the 1 yard. He's going to be awfully close, nearing the 46-yard line.
Whether he makes it or not, the Cubs will be going for it on 4th down. If he's, I think he's just short. No, they're going to say nose of the football is far enough.
We'll take it.
Yeah. I would have thought I would have called a measurement there for if I was the Reed Spring, but Ricky McCulley says, I'm in charge, and it's 1st down Cubs. So Umfleet picks up the needed yardage for the 1st down.
Waterman wide left, Stevens wide left, 2 receivers to the right. 1st and 10 Monett at their own 46, trailing Reed Spring 26-7, 9.5 minutes to play fourth quarter. And before the play can finish, a flag will stop play.
I think the Cubs were a little bit guilty of prematurely moving.
Ball start. Offense.
5 penalties for Monett, totaling 35 yards.
And the Cubs had a pass play call that time.
Cubs have been burned by the big play tonight. 22-yard touchdown run by Jace Bowen in the first quarter. Second quarter, a 41-yard touchdown pass and a 34-yard touchdown pass. In the third quarter, Reed Spring, a 74-yard touchdown pass to Campos.
And by the same token, the Cubs, plagued by not having the big play on the offense.